New York Giants fans, we are back for the second preseason game for the New York Giants. Of course, we were live last week on Bad Dogs. If you haven't checked them out, of course, going over to Bad Dog Sports. We'll be live there next week covering the final preseason game. But today, a little bit more exciting with the fan base, a little bit more excitement, I should say, because it looks like we're going to get to see the first teamers, Bad Dog.
Yeah, this is our dress rehearsal. It does look like most of the starters are going to play. We don't know how long, hoping maybe a quarter. But Daniel Jones is going to be out there. Malik Neighbors is going to be out there. Offensive line is going to be out there. The defense is going to be out there. So this is the most we're going to see of the starters. Obviously, they're not going to play next week against Jets. We know that the last game of the preseason is pretty much just for depth purposes. Guys are going to, fighting for jobs. But I'm excited to see what they have. Obviously, you don't take a ton out of you don't really take the final score in preseason doesn't mean anything. Obviously, you want to see your guys perform well. You know that it's vanilla playbook, it's vanilla defense, it's all this. The main thing, like you mentioned before we went live, is just stay healthy. And we just got to stay healthy. I mean, the injury has been a big part of this team for years. It's Saturday, I got a beer, and we got to stay healthy.
I'm saving the beers for the regular season. But yeah, no, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what the team looks like today. First teamers. Like you said, it's a vanilla playbook. We saw it last year. The offense looked great on that first drive. To be fair, they looked pretty good in the first drive of the regular season before Andrew Thomas got hurt, Barkley got hurt, the team went to hell. But I don't take very much out of team performance in the preseason. It means very little. Dable's not coming out with the full playbook. The opposing coach isn't coming out with the full playbook. So it is what it is. It's about health. I am going to be more observant of the offensive line. We're going to get to see the unit play together as a unit now for the first time this year. The new offensive line, of course, under Brasilla. So we'll see how they look. From what Art Stapleton said, they're not going to be starting their edges. I think he said Danielle Hunter's starting, but I think the other edges aren't starting. So it's not a full test. But regardless, that's something that you keep your eye on for sure. I love the 300-pound men. And we say it every year, the most important facet of an offense in terms of a unit is the offensive line. It's been what has held this offense back for the last 12, 13 years. So hopefully, some positive signs in that area today.
Yeah, I mean, without question, I think we want to see the offensive line play because the offensive line has been a disaster for a decade, and I think we know that. Staying healthy is obviously it's incredibly important. The first episode of Hard Knocks, you heard Joe Shane. I'm pretty sure he said, "What did our projected offensive line play together? 60 full snaps, like it was 60 snaps, if that. It might not even been 60 snaps. It was very little because Andrew Thomas got hurt immediately, so there goes your line. And then, like I said, we had Justin Pugh on the channel last year, and literally he was sitting on the couch. Like, he wasn't in the NFL. They brought him in here to play the most important position for right-handed quarterback and left tackle. And he never played left tackle for us. He was a great guard for us, but he wasn't a left tackle. It just shows you what they had to do to get some linemen, how decimated by injury they were on that line. So hopefully this year, man, they stay healthy. Chris, in 2022, we went to the postseason with a lesser team on paper, in my opinion. I don't think the defense was as good. The offense, like on paper, not as good, right? And what was the key to that? We stayed healthy, right? Yeah. And it's not like the Giants beat bad teams. They beat the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. They beat the Ravens. They beat the Titans. They beat good teams that year. So staying healthy is very important, without question.
Staying healthy, starting the year off on a strong note, establishing an identity. That you can say what you want about that team. They were boring offensively. They didn't have a lot of explosive plays, but they had an identity. They took care of the football. They grinded out the clock. They were strong in the red zone on the defensive side of the ball. So that's why that team was successful. The most success the Giants team has had since their last Super Bowl. Had a playoff win, as embarrassing as that is. That's the truth. But let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Appreciate all you guys, and we'll get to a couple of these super chats as we get ready for the second preseason game for the New York Giants this year. We'll see if the Giants could stay undefeated. It's been impressive. We're off to a 1-0 start. We'll see if What's going on, Tim? What's going on, Papa Goots? What's going on, Jalen? Scott Young in the chat. Joseph Santiago in the chat. What's going on, British Gridiron? What's going on, Davey Anonymous? Lou in the chat. Joseph Santiago, always in here. Love the support. Bahama's always in here. Zach Attack, of course, always in here. Blitz 56, what's going on, my man? Roman, I might have said your name twice. If I did, well, you're special. Peter, what's going on, man? Thanks for popping in. Thank you to all you guys for being here. Appreciate all you guys. I'm excited for another year of Giants football. You're going to be seeing me live a lot more as the season gets started. And yeah, I'm just excited that football's back. yesterday. We were supposed to do the show. I know Bad Dog went live. If you watched it, he explained how family came over. So we're going to be doing 2 shows next week, one on mine, one on his. So looking forward to seeing you guys over there. And let's get to a couple of these super chats real quick. Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. Zach Attack with the $2 donation before the stream started in big capital letters with exclamation point, said, "Go Giants."
Go Giants.
You're on the right channel, my man. You're on the right channel, my man, because that's all we got over here. But appreciate you for being here, Zach, man. Thank you for being here, man. Always been a great supporter of mine. Thank you to everybody for being here. Hopefully I didn't miss any. Let me scroll on the phone. I never like missing these. Let's see. We've got Lord Commander Manny says hello from Port St. Lucie.
Hello.
They let you do the thumbs ups on the super chats now. Okay, yes. I didn't even know that. So when did they start doing that?
Thumbs up. You can also love the thing, and people can reply to the super chats. They did that April maybe last year. I think it was right after we did the draft. I remember noticing it during the NBA playoffs that happened, where you could actually reply to those and you could give them a thumbs up and all that stuff. So okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I know I always read it on the StreamYard, so you don't see the thumbs up on the screen.
Right. Yeah, but on the YouTube chat you do. Yes.
That's different. Okay. British Gridiron, what's going on, man? Thanks for the $2 donation. And let's go starters most of the first half. Art, Turbo, Act. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the starters. I'll be more excited to see them get off the field healthy.
Right.
Last week we saw a lot of injuries. Luckily, it wasn't on our side. I think the Lions had like 5 injuries. It was bad.
Yeah, it was.
But we got out of there without anything, significant in terms of the injury standpoint. So hopefully that's the case today. But listen, I'm as excited as you guys. I woke up today and I said I'm going to get to see Malik Neighbors. So I'm excited, man. Ronald, what's going on, man? He says, you guys are my announcers for another year. You're damn right we are. I don't have a lot of money, but F it. Here's a little something. We ride again. You guys are worth the juice. That's worth the squeeze. We appreciate it, Ronald.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for being a great supporter, and just appreciate all you guys who just watch the videos, hang out in the streams, hit the thumbs up. Always appreciate you guys and excited for another great year. Well, hopefully a great year of Giants football. We haven't had too many great years. But
it's always great when we get together with the best chat on YouTube. Not necessarily great for the Giants. It's great for us.
Great streams, usually horrible results. But I'm coming in with positive vibes this year. I refuse to let the negative portion of the fan base, even though they are usually right, drive me down. I'm not going into your negative. I like Dable. I like some of the things we did this offseason, and I'm hoping the New York Giants could go out there and stun a lot of people this year. Chris says, I feel like it's going to be a pass-first team this year. I don't know where I stand on that. I know a lot of people feel that way, Chris, because obviously they lost Saquon Barkley. But I don't know if I feel that way. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, Bad Dog. I'm not saying we're going to run as frequently as 2022, but I still think we're going to be a very balanced offense. I think it's going to be a similar offensive strategy to that of 2022. The difference being we have a guy that could create big plays with Malik Neighbors. So I think you'll see more big plays than we did that year. But I think it's going to be an offense where Dable says the overall strength of this roster is the pass rush. Let the offense control the clock and let the pass rush close out the games at the end in the last 3 or 4 minutes. So that's where of course it's different game to game, but I think the overall identity of this team this year, I'm actually leaning more towards a balanced approach. I don't think the Giants are going to go out slinging the ball all over the field. I think it's going to be balanced like 2022, but I expect some more explosive plays because of the emergence of some of the younger receivers on this team.
I mentioned this last night when I was live, and I think that our running game, I think it could actually be just as effective this year as it was last year, even though we lost Barkley. People say, how can you say that? Devin Singletary is not Saquon. No, he's not Saquon. He's not nearly as talented as Saquon Barkley, let's be honest. But now that you have that playmaker at wide receiver, your line's gotten a little better as well. They're not going to stuff the box. You're not going to put 8 men in the box to stuff the run anymore. You're going to have to attribute some attention to Malik Neighbors. And if he gets off to a really good start and he's torching defense, you're going to have to double team him, which is going to open up Wan'Dale Robinson. And now guys have to play in the secondary and you have to be wary of the pass. That's going to open it up for a guy like Devin Singletary. So remember, Saquon Barkley last year, and again, I'm not saying it's because Barkley's washed or Barkley's bad or anything like that. Barkley's still a top 5 running back in this league. He had one game where he ran over 100 yards. It was against the Jets, and it took him 36 carries to get there. He didn't rush for 1,000 yards, and he had a career-low 3.9 yards per carry. Now, a lot of that had to do with a bad offensive line, but it also had a lot to do with the way the defenses played the Giants, saying, well, Daniel Jones can't throw the ball. We're not respecting the pass. Now it's Tyrod Taylor. We're not respecting the pass. Now it's Tommy DeVito. We're not respecting the pass. Let's just make the pass beat us. Well, they can't do that this year because the Giants wide receiver core is better on paper.
And it also, when pertaining to Barkley's average, 100%, everything you said is completely accurate. And that was the biggest reason. Also, and you say it every week, the last couple of years when we've been calling the Giants games, and I agree with you. I love Saquon. He's been my favorite member of the New York Giants since he's been on the team. I love him. Don't love him now that he's an Eagle, but I loved him as a Giant. But the explosion is not there either. So when you have 4, 5, 6 less explosive plays a year where you get 20, 25 yards on a run, that's going to lower your average as well. So I think it was a combination of a lot of things. Juan, what's going on, man? He says Jones, Neighbors, Johnson, and the running back committee will be a force. Also ask Adriana, New York Giants fangirl, for a collaboration. Listen, I'm always open to having new people on the channel. So, once I start doing this regularly during the year, Juan, remind me for sure. And I'll that's one thing I probably want to do this year. I think I want to have a different content creator on a weekly show once a week. So I would like to do something like that. So by all means, Juan, just remind me. And I'd love to have some of the things that I used to do on here, during the season where I have different content creators on a weekly basis. So I think that's a good idea. But thank you, Juan, man. I appreciate it, buddy. And let's see. Andrew Marchese. Love Andrew, man. Got to go on his channel last year. He's got a fantasy channel. He says, hey, losers. Your stream is dumb. Neighbors with a C is overrated. I'm a Giants fan, but rocking my Philly Saquon jersey today. Andrew Marchese, man, you are just as educated as 90% of the people.
I love it. That was totally that. Thank you, Andrew. I know that was for my benefit. I appreciate your stream is dumb. I love it.
Good to see you, Andrew, man. Hope you're doing well. What's going on, Kev? Thanks for popping in. And Ian, thank you. He says, fellas, my bold prediction for the season, the Giants will have more wins than the Jets. Still nervous about the line, but we're sneaky good at wide receiver. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously the Jets on paper have more talent, but you play the games on the
Jets
field.
Will jet.
The Jets will jet.
Yeah, Hassan Reddick don't even want to play for the Jets. The Jets will. It's already beginning for them.
We'll see, man. I'm not concerned with the Jets. I'm concerned with the Giants. But listen, I'm excited about the wide receiving core. But like you said, it all comes down to the offensive line. We say it every year. They don't got to be great. They don't got to be otherworldly. They got to be okay. If they could do that, I think we have enough explosive weapons on this team to have a pretty good offense.
Be mid.
Be mid, as the kids say.
I did a video yesterday, and it was a great video. It was one of the best. So I did that, and I don't usually watch my videos back. It was about the odds. Like the Giants are 14-1 to win the division, and I kind of went over why I thought maybe they were kind of hating on the Giants. And to me, it was a good video. I don't usually watch my videos back. I was like, this is pretty good. But there's a part of it towards the end that I was talking about the rumors with Kay Adams and Daniel Jones. And I just thought people loved the title of the video. Like that was the best thing. It just says I had, something about are the Giants as bad as people think they are? And then at the end, it just said, is Daniel Jones tapping that ass? And people loved it. And I was like, I aged myself because that was 90s slang that I used. All these rumors, they're coming out of nowhere. It's a crazy season, bro.
He talked to her. I saw that at the facility. She was talking about his beard. I saw that.
Yeah, it's crazy season right now. They're looking for a story anywhere.
Yeah.
And,
By the way, he's got to keep the beard. He looks tougher with the beard. He's got to keep the beard.
It took him all off season to grow that thing. You and I can do it. This is 4 days. I already have the Daniel Jones beard. He can't do what we do. So not when it comes to that. He can't grow a beard. So he should keep it. It took him a long time. Took a lot of effort. You and I can wake up and it's there.
No, I shaved right before the stream. I'm gonna have a full beard before the end of it.
That's right, exactly.
But I'm looking forward to it, though. Lou says I'm gonna do this, the same this game as I did last game. I'm focusing on the trenches. That's a good place to focus, especially in preseason football when you're not getting the bells and whistles of the overall offense. I was pleasantly surprised last game. You might have some depth. We'll see, Lou. We didn't see any of the starters on the offensive line last game, and the offensive line for the Giants that was out there was not blocking starters. So we'll see. I do think they're going to be better this year, but that's not saying anything. They had the second worst offensive line in the history of football if you go based off of sacks given up. So I think they'll be better this year. The question is how much better. And we'll see, man. I'm excited to see how Illuminor looks today. JMS, I heard he's playing, so we'll see, man. Good to see Ray in the chat. Thank you for being here. Sean and Lou, man, thank you for being a member as long as you've been. Chris and Bad Dog's intern. Listen, man, we still haven't paid you. We're not going to pay you because you're an intern. You're an unpaid intern, man. But we appreciate all the support that you always show on the channel. Chris, stand up. Cole, well, Bad Dog spins around in the chair 100 times when we win the Super Bowl in the next 5 years is going to hit like crack in
That'd
the
be
80s.
awesome.
Hashtag why not us? Listen, man, intern, we're going to do that this year. We're going to do that this year. I go into every year thinking we're going to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, I don't, but why not? Let's shock the world, man.
Somebody asked if Stroud was starting. Do you know if he is? Because I can't find it here. I would imagine, because I think he played last game. I'm pretty sure he played a couple of series last game for Houston. I would imagine he's going to.
Let me look.
But I did not see anything.
Let me take a gander. Let's see.
At least when I was looking for it, I didn't see it.
I'm sure somebody in the chat's gonna know. Guys, let us know in the chat. Is CJ Stroud starting today?
Look what this says.
Somebody said Stroud might play. Well, the game starts in 8 minutes, so they better know soon. We'll see. Somebody said, yeah, he's starting. Card Vibe said he's starting.
All right. I didn't know. I just saw that because I only looked at the Giants starters, but when someone asked in the chat, I was like, that's a good question. I don't know if he was starting or not.
He'll probably only play a drive or two, my guess. I don't know that, but maybe a quarter. But regardless, it's good to see. We're gonna get to see the first teamers out there.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers, everybody stays healthy. But I'm excited, man. Right. What's up, David? What's going on, Leador? He says, Ralph says, let's see our defense against this team. Yeah, it's a good test. I mean, the Texans had a playoff team. The Texans last year, I said it last year, had an almost identical season. Not that Daniel Jones was as good as CJ Stroud in 2022 as compared to 2023, but in terms of the team, had an almost identical season to the Houston Texans last year. The Texans last year kind of beat up on not beat up, but were able to make the playoffs unexpectedly against a somewhat soft schedule, similar record. They won a playoff game and then they got smashed when they played a good team in the second round. So similar year for the Houston Texans in 2023 to that of the New York Giants in 2022. They'll be a team I got my eye on this year to see how if they could build off of last year, or they kind of revert back to the mean, what they've been, before CJ Stroud got there. But yeah, I'm excited to see Stroud in his sophomore year. He was unbelievable. And maybe the greatest rookie year ever by a quarterback last year.
Yeah, it was pretty unreal, considering that Tank Dell was like one of his best receivers, and same thing. Like, he didn't have I don't think he had an explosive guy, but he looked pretty awesome. So we'll see. I mean, listen, there's been a lot of quarterbacks that come in. They have a really good rookie year, and then defenses get film on them, and you get to see a lot of the weaknesses. You get a full season under your belt. You have all off season to research and do your film and do all this stuff. Look at his tendencies and everything. And the NFL usually makes an adjustment to those rookies in the second season. That's why they have a sophomore slump. We'll see if that happens to CJ Stroud. Usually it is up to the quarterback to make the adjustment back. Certainly talented enough to do it, but second year is always a test for those rookie quarterbacks. So we'll see.
Appreciate everybody for being here. I don't say this enough. Bad Dog's much better at it than me. If you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. Let's get the likes going. Appreciate everybody for being here. More importantly, going over to Bad Dog Sports. We're going to be live over there next week for a show, as well as back on this channel for a show. We'll be doing 2 shows next week, and then we'll be doing the third final preseason game on his channel. So and before regular season transitions back to here. So thank you to everybody for being here. Appreciate all you guys, and let's have some fun today, and let's hopefully see the New York Giants keep their undefeated streak intact. Let's see. Don't be surprised if our defense struggles early this season, Albin says. Nothing would surprise me with this team. I think the defense will do well week 1. I'll predict that, because Sam Darnold doesn't really scare me. But, hey, they do have some weapons. I'm not completely discounting that Minnesota offense, but I think the Giants defense will actually play pretty well in that game. But we'll see. And then, of course, against Washington, rookie quarterback. I kind of like that matchup there for the defense as well, and then it gets scary. Then it gets scary there for that 6-week stretch, but we'll see.
That's a gauntlet of games. By the way, just in case you're wondering what channel the games are on, I would imagine in New York City it's Fox 5, and up here again in upstate New York, it is My 4. As far as being out of the tri-state area, I don't know. Probably not being broadcast. Normally these are regional games. So normally they just pick up a broadcast and they throw it on here. So that's, I don't know. I hope I do get the Jets, man. You know, last year I did not get the Jets. Like sometimes I just don't get the Jets game because this is where I live. It's Giants Bills. It is not Giants Jets. So it's weird, but
yeah. If you're around the city, like Bad Dog said, that's what I have it on. It's on Fox. So upstate or, in another part of New York, it would be on that channel that I've never heard
I-4, yeah.
Yvonne says, do we think we're beating the Cowboys week 4? I mean, I want to say yes. I want to say yes every year, but listen, I've gotten slapped in the face way too many times. Since Dak Prescott's been a Cowboy outside of his rookie year, we never beat them, and they usually kill us. Yeah. So until they beat Dallas, anything's possible. We could certainly beat them, but until we beat Dallas, I'm not predicting it. So let's see if we can do it this year. I have more confidence against the Eagles than the Cowboys. We just never seem to beat the Cowboys ever.
Yeah, they like we compete with Philadelphia. Usually it's a pretty good game outside of that playoff game where they mangled us, but we usually play them pretty tough. We have beaten them a couple times. Dallas just kicks our face in. I mean, we're never even close to them. So it's a bad matchup against Dallas. So hopefully this year it's a little bit better. It is Thursday night football. So it's always interesting. We play Dallas both times this year on Thursday. We play them Thursday night football week 4, and we play them on Thanksgiving. So, it's I would love to beat them, but we haven't beaten them since 2020, and I think that's the only time Daniel Jones has beat the Cowboys.
And that was without Dak too, right?
And that was without Dak, yes.
Yeah, so I like I said, I got more confidence and not saying we will beat the Eagles, but more confidence playing the Eagles than the Cowboys. We just never beat that team. But hey, maybe this is the year. I mean, we're certainly due, that's for sure. So we'll see. I'll take us if we go 3-3 in the division. Sign me up right now.
Yeah, we did last year too. So
yeah, you get a split against. I'd like 4-2, obviously. I'd like to sweep Washington and split with the other two. But you go 3-3, that's a win for me. And then you got to find a way to win 6 out of the other 11 games, and then you're at 9-8, and you're probably sneaking into the playoffs. So
yeah,
week by week. It's a week by week league. We'll see if we get out to a good start. What's going on, Bob Wells? Man, good to see you. Janice in the chat. I don't think the Cowboys will make the playoffs. Milkman says. I mean, I hope
not. That'd be great.
I hope you're right. I don't think they're one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the NFC, but they always just seem to be a team that's, a first or second round exit. They always seem to get in.
Did the Giants figure out what other game they're wearing their throwback uniforms? I know they're doing it week 1, but I didn't know if they picked another game.
I don't remember. They did announce it. It was a while ago, like a month ago. I saw it.
It should be against Dallas, but
I could be wrong. I think it was multiple games, but I don't remember the game.
It's 2 games. I just know opening week they're doing it. I just didn't know the other game.
Yeah. And Gavin says, my son and I are making the pilgrimage to MetLife from Florida to watch the G-Men stomp out the Birds. Let's go, nice. Giants. Well, there you have it, Gavin. If you're coming from Florida, the Giants have to win that game.
Got to win that game.
You can't. That's a lot of air.
Return.
So if you're going to that game, I think we're going to win it. Let's see. And Ray says, if we've learned from recent history, we know the Eagles can't win the division. Well, hopefully, because they're never back-to-back winners is what you're saying. When was the last time there was a back-to-back winner?
That was it, 2003, 2004, when Philly did it.
2003. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
20 years.
Wow. And the last time we won the division was
2012.
The year. The year
2011. I'm sorry, when we won the
Super Bowl.
We won the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the last time we won it.
The last time we won the division. So there hasn't been a back-to-back winner in over 20 years.
Right.
That's insane. So the Eagles ain't winning it, guys. So there you go.
The Eagles didn't win the division last year. Dallas did. The Eagles fell off and lost the division.
They coughed it up at the end. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, they blew it.
So Dallas won't win the division.
Dallas can't win it. Yeah. Philadelphia blew it at the end.
It'll be the Eagles, Washington, or the Giants.
I just love when I don't know how. I mean, they're Eagle fans, so I mean, take it with a grain of salt. We know they're not the most intelligent bunch. But I like how they just sweep under the rug the fact that they lost 7 of the last 8 games and they got killed 7 of the last 8 games. And all of a sudden, they have an off season where they lost Jason Kelsey, they lost both coordinators, and somehow those last 8 games don't matter.
Yeah,
I don't understand. It's again, I'm not saying that we're at the level of Philadelphia because we're not. I mean, if we're being honest, but I don't think Philadelphia is as good as people think they are.
I think they're beatable.
Yeah.
Weird camera angle here for Bob Papa.
It is a weird camera angle. But luckily for him, he has good moss. Like that camera angle for me would be rough.
So how did Fox think this would be a good idea before the game started to film Bob Papa and Carl Banks from this? There must be a camera down because they got a close-up and he's talking like this.
The aerial shot.
Like, what is
Sims, it? Look at Sims. How much hairspray in there? Sims went back to the 80s and threw a bunch of Aquanet in his hair.
Yeah. Don't like that camera angle, Fox. You got to get with it.
This camera angle's okay.
Yeah. Young Promise says, let's go, G-Men. Beard Danny going to bowl out. I'm excited, man. Hopefully Danny keeps the beard. If he's playing well, he's got to keep it. He can't shave until he starts playing poorly. Let's see. What is that? I don't know what's going on with that angle, man. What's going on, Blue Money Man? Thanks for popping into the stream. Malik Neighbors, the 6th overall pick at 24, 2023 unanimous All-American at LSU. And the other thing that I thought was interesting, I think Hyatt is starting today and Slayton is not. I think
Chris, they talked about how Slayton might have to win the job and that Hyatt's going to be wide receiver too. So interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Obviously, they like Hyatt. They spent the draft pick on him, but just based off of recent history, you would think that Slayton would be the projected starter going into the year. But looks like at least Hyatt right now is in the driver's seat.
Kind of change the subject from the offense to the defense. And I just saw Azeez Ojulari. I don't know if you heard, like in training camp, they've been lining him up a defensive tackle. And I'm thinking to myself, so that's kind of what they used to do with Justin Tuck. They would kind of move him all over the place. And I'm just thinking, everybody forgets about Azeez Ojulari because he's always hurt. But when he's healthy, he's a disturbance. And I'm just thinking if we could have a healthy Azeez Ojulari with a Brian Burns, with a Dexter Lawrence, with a Kayvon Thibodeau, with a Bobby Okereke, that defense all of a sudden is scary. The front seven's pretty damn good. And then you had a guy like Isaiah Simmons, who I was talking about last night. I really would just hope they give him one assignment. And the assignment to me is, dude, just go in and get the quarterback. I wish they would just say, dude, just go get the quarterback.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be best at that.
And I think that's obviously I haven't seen Bowen be the DC for the Giants, but I do feel like he gives off more of that vibe for me where it's not going to be it's going to be, you're good at this, you're going to do this. He has a base 4-3 defense obviously they alternate. They have 3-4 packages, but it's he doesn't blitz a whole lot. There's not a lot of, he blitzed. I think he blitzed, if not the least in the league, like bottom 5 in the league in terms of blitz frequency. So I think he is the type of guy that's going to say, you're good at this. This is what your role is going to be in this defense. I'm sure Simmons is going to do multiple things just because of his skill set. He's very versatile, but I do think he's going to have more of a defined role this year than he's ever had.
Yeah.
Ronald says Slayton doesn't track the ball as well as Hyatt. Listen, I'm excited. Young wide receiver. We drafted the kid. Give him a shot. I just penciled Slayton in as the starter going in, but it looks like, at least as of now, Hyatt's getting the first crack. That could change, of course, but right now he's getting the first crack.
Well, you might as well. Like you said, he was, he's a Blitnikoff winner at Tennessee. He was a 3rd-round pick, trade up to get him. You guys know I love Jalen Hyatt. And why not? I mean, if you look at if he does go in as a starter, look at our wide receivers. Wan'Dale Robinson was drafted 2 years ago, right? This is his 3rd year. Hyatt, who was drafted last year, Neighbors, who was drafted this year, and then Bellinger, who was drafted in 2022, and Theo Johnson, who was drafted this year. Look at how young that receiving core is. And I mean, it's a lot of young.
By the way, we didn't see him last week, Theo Johnson.
Yeah, we did not see him because he had a calf injury. And but you look at the speed. Like, Chris, this is something the Giants really haven't had, is speed like that at the outside. And then, again, I don't know what Dante Miller's going to be, but you don't teach a guy to run 4.27. You either have that or you don't. We saw Dante Miller have some explosive runs. Granted, it's at the end of the game. You're playing against the 3rd and 4th string guys. I get it. But I thought all the running backs looked pretty damn good last week. And obviously we'll see Singletary this week. So we'll get a look and see what he can do as well.
Yeah. And I was aware. I know that Hyatt was the starter last week too in the first preseason game, Sam. I'm still somewhat surprised. I thought Slayton would be the starter, but I'm not upset about it. I want Hyatt to get more exposure because that was always my thought process when we drafted Hyatt. I thought he was a natural replacement for Darius Slayton. And I thought we would be cutting Slayton after last year with the amount of money that we would save. Of course, the Giants elected not to do that, which I agree with. We need depth at that position. He's a good wide receiver, and he doesn't cost that much money. But, yeah, I'm glad. I mean, in a way, it means that the young guy's playing well, or at least they have confidence in him. Chris and Bad Dog's intern back for another spin. He says, name a player from the past team that isn't considered a superstar. You'd want on this team. I take Corey Webster. I mean, people have asked me numerous times in terms of who's the most underrated Giant in my lifetime, and I frequently say Corey Webster's among one of those names. So that's a good suggestion. A non-super. Well, I mean, what's considered a superstar? Like it's very subjective. To me, Justin Tuck was a superstar. If you don't consider him a superstar, I would throw his name in the hat. It's kind of hard to say. I would say one of those linemen for sure. They were a superstar unit, but I don't think anybody looked at. Well, there was a time where O'Hara may have been looked at that way, but overall, I don't think any of them were looked at as superstars. So probably one of those linemen, whether it be Stingy, O'Hara, Deal. Always want to try to improve that offensive line. So that would certainly be near the top of my list.
Yeah, it's tough. There's a couple of guys. I mean, Leonard Marshall's always the guy that comes to mind for me. I mean, Leonard Marshall to me he's the most underrated Giant ever. I mean, the guy had 83.5 sacks. He had some really big playoff runs, some really big playoff sacks for us in 86 and 90. I don't think you would consider him a superstar. I think he was a very good player. He was an all-pro in 1985. I don't know if you'd consider him superstar level, but can you imagine, Leonard Marshall being next to Dexter Lawrence? That'd be pretty awesome. So probably go with him.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking back to the 80s teams. I'm sure there's several guys you could say from those teams. I mean, we could rattle off a ton of names that were Cantrell Roll probably wasn't quote unquote a superstar, but he was really good.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce. I mean, I love Bobby Okereke, but Pierce, one of my favorite Giants. Yeah. Mexico Burris maybe was like a fringe superstar. Amani Toomer. We had a lot of
exactly. Yeah.
We had a lot of really good players. And here we are. We're ready.
Is Brandon Jacobs a superstar?
No. Really good though.
Yeah.
Kicks away. Giants are going to take this back. Fox has to work on these camera angles. What the hell is going on as the Giants take this back to the 32? I didn't see McKenzie until he crossed the 25.
Yeah, the Fox obviously, and there's a flag, of course. And here we go.
What is going on with Fox? Asia, thank you for popping in. Says, stand up, sexy tan, and hey, Bando. Good to see you, Asia. Hope you're having a good summer, and always appreciate you being here. Pencilman says, overall, the O-line improved, receivers improved, and the defensive line and coaching improved. Giants are going to be better than some fans think. I mean, that's what we're all hoping, right? The offensive line coach, you have to think, can't be worse. The offensive line can't be worse. The receivers clearly got better with the addition of Neighbors.
And defensive line got better.
And I think the play caller got better because I think Dable's an upgrade. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Here
comes the Giants, of course, by the way. So.
Here comes Daniel Jones. Malik Neighbors in motion. He's going to take the snap. Jones drops back to pass. First pass goes to Neighbors. Should have been picked off. Great start to the first team offense. Jones looks like he's in mid-season form from 2023.
Wait, Twitter's already going crazy. Twitter already going insane on that first pass from Jones. Should have been a pick six.
Stingley.
Should have been a pick six. Twitter already going insane.
So 2nd and 10 after Daniel Jones. Looks like 2023 Daniel under center. Takes the snap, play action. Drops back. They're going to try to set up a screen. Has a lead blocker. Jumps over defender. He gets to the 20. It's a pickup of 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. And I think that was Theo Johnson, though.
It was Theo Johnson. So a little tight end screen there, trying to get him involved in a passing game. And here you go. So you see most of these starters are out there today, except for Stinney at left guard. He is not going to be a starter. But everybody else looks like maybe Evan Neal will be a starter. I don't know. But Illuminor right tackle, take a look at him and we'll see what we got. We're familiar territory, 3rd and 6.
Giants will break the huddle. Jones out of the gun, takes the snap, throws it deep down the sideline. Should have been caught by Neighbors. It hit his hand. Good coverage by Stingley, but Neighbors should have caught it. It was actually a good throw there by Daniel.
Yeah, it would have been a tough catch. It's the catch you probably expect Neighbors to make. Was a good throw by Daniel Jones in between the cornerback and the safety. Put it where it had to be. Yeah, Neighbors should have went up with 2 hands on that one. He shouldn't have tried to catch that with 1. He should have got both hands up there.
To be as fair as possible, Neighbors, it looked like Stingley kind of grabbed his left hand, but it was free enough where I think he could have brought it. Yeah, like you said, could have brought it in to try to secure the catch.
Yeah, that's one you expect him to catch. But that was a good throw by Daniel Jones.
So one really bad throw by Daniel and one really good one. Punts away. The Texans are going to let this bounce at the 44. It's going to roll to the 40, and that's where the Giants will down it, and C.J. Stroud will take over for the Texans in the navy blue uniforms.
So 3 and out for the Giants offense. We are in midseason form, ladies and gentlemen. Remember last week, Chris, we had, 4 punts and an interception to start our drives?
Yeah, yep, that sounds about right, yep.
Here's the defense.
Yes, all starters for the Giants is you got Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and Kayvon, the 3-headed monster. Nunez, Roches in at the D tackle, along with Bobby Okereke, last year's breakout inside linebacker with McFadden. The second-year corner, Deonte Banks, gets the start for the Giants.
And they are playing Isaiah Simmons at nickel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Here comes, and that's a full start. Back him up.
Yep.
It'll be first and 15.
Yes. Yes, Runyon is injured. Yes, he is.
Mike Nixon, thank you for being a member, says, hey, Dana. Let me just read this. He says, hey, Dana and Bad Dog, I don't think the Giants are going to have an underrated year. I think the defense could be a sneaky good unit. I think the Giants defense could be a very, at least a good unit, for sure. I think they have a solid defense. Houston breaks the huddle. Stroud out of the gun. Man in motion. Giants with a 4-man front. He'll take the snap, drops back. Giants come with 4. He'll dump it down to the 40. They get back to penalty yardage. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Is that McLeod out there at McFadden out there at the tackle? It'll be interesting to see what Micah McFadden does this year. Again, he was pretty much brought in for Wink's scheme because he's a really good blitzer, and we know Bowen does not blitz very often. So it'll be interesting to see how he does because he had a great year last year. Really came on, 5th-round pick out of Indiana. So just, he looks like a middle linebacker.
Yeah, and he was, like you said, he was a guy that was drafted to fit Wink's defense.
Yeah.
2nd and 9 here from the 41. Stroud under center. He'll change the play at the line of scrimmage. Giants again show a 4-man front. And once again, don't send a blitz. Stroud drops back, throws, caught over the middle. They get 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. And Bad Dog, expect to see a lot of this year from the defense. And I know it's excruciating as a fan. It's going to be like Patrick Graham. It's going to be a bend but don't break approach where they try to generate pressure with the strength of this defense, which is the 4 men up front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without question. McFadden with another tackle. But yeah, I'd say it's going to be more of a bend don't break type of thing. And you talk about how Bowen's defense is really good in the red zone, and you can let them have 3s, but you don't want to get your back broken with 7s. So big 3rd down for the Giants.
Here's Stroud out of the gun. He'll take the snap, drops back, throws, and that's caught on the slant up to the 44. It's a gain of 7 and a 1st down.
That was a great freaking pass because the coverage was pretty damn good by Banks there, but Stroud just fit that one in the needle to the newly acquired Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs wasn't happy in Buffalo. He's got a new friend here with CJ.
Look at that pass. I mean, that's perfect. Right behind, like Okereke just missed it. Coverage was right there. It's a perfect pass. It's a perfect pass. Threading the needle.
So they'll have it here at the 43. Stroud will break the huddle. They got it now in Giants territory. I formation. Stroud will take the snap, and they try to cut it to the outside. Good job there by the Giants, bottling it up. Nowhere to go. Okereke first on the scene. They got a yard.
Yep, Okereke and McFadden, we saw that combination a lot last year. Really good against the run. Pierce had nowhere to go. It'll be 2nd down and 11, and that's what you want to see, that speed getting to the outside there.
Thought they got a yard. Looks like they gave him 2, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
I think he got any.
And Asia says, hey, Chris, I had a roller coaster year. It was adversity after one and another, and it was so bad that I almost thought, oh, my God, Asia. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Please keep me in your prayer. Don't ever do that, Asia. That's horrible. Stroud takes the snap under center, throws. Looks like he pushed off the defender, and they're going to have a big gain here for Collins. Spins out of a tackle up to the 18-yard line. Wow, Houston is now in the red zone. Not good tackling there by the Giants secondary.
No, it did look like he pushed Banks off here. Let's take a look at this again.
He did.
He totally shoved him. I mean, I don't know how the hell that's not offensive pass interference. I don't think you could take your hand and swipe the defender away like that. I mean, it's about as obvious as it gets. But remember last week, Chris, they did not throw any pass interference flags like the last 2 minutes of the game. But that's a missed call by the official. I mean, if you can get away with that as an NFL wide receiver, you're never going to be able to cover those guys.
Here's Stroud, takes the snap, bootleg, play action, throws, caught, and the Texans are in business all the way down to the 9 as they continue to slice through this defense like a knife through butter. We'll see if the Giants' red zone defense can hold strong.
Yeah, there hasn't really gotten much pressure on Stroud at all as of yet. We haven't seen that. Kayvon wasn't chased there, but Stroud easily got it away. McFadden's got 3 tackles already.
2nd and 1, as Houston has looked really good here on their opening drive. They'll break the huddle. C.J. Stroud out of the shotgun.
Yeah.
Giants with a 5-man front this time. Man in motion. They're going to fake. They faked me out as they faked the cameraman out.
Yeah, they
did. On the end around, he picks up 2 and he gets the first down.
They did fake the cameraman out. He was looking at the inside back and Diggs took it to the outside.
So it'll be
Fox also in preseason. Well, no, actually Fox is in midseason form. We know their graphics are always wrong.
By the way, I can't stand, it's a minor, it's being nitpicky, but I can't stand that counts as a completion.
Yeah, because they throw it forward.
That should be a run.
Yeah.
1st and goal here at the 7 for Houston. Stroud under center, man in motion. He'll take the snap, looks to the left, throws to the left. It's a fade into the end zone, and a good job there by Banks to push him out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Banks had blanket coverage there. Collins really had nowhere to go, and that's exactly what you want to do on those fade routes. Just force the guy to the sideline and shove him out of bounds. So just a good job there by Banks. Says, nope, use that sideline as your friend when you're a defensive back.
This is supposed to be one of the strengths of Bowen is the red zone defense. So far, so good. 2nd and goal here at the 7. Texans will break the huddle. We'll see if the Giants can generate some kind of pressure. They haven't been able to do it yet. Stroud out of the gun. Man in motion is Dell. He'll take the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to hand. Nowhere to go. Kayvon first on the scene. They got maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 6.
Yeah, well, again, this is what Bowen was known for in Tennessee was his good defensive red zone, so we'll see. Now it's passing situation, 3rd down and goal. And again, you mentioned it, Chris, this is more like a Patrick Graham defense where it can be frustrating at times because you're not sending the blitz. But if you give up 3s instead of 7s, you're going to be okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that wins in the NFL.
It's the equivalent of giving up a solo homer as opposed to a 3-run homer, pretty much,
Stroud out of the gun from the 6. Man in motion is Dell. Trips to the left. Giants come with 4. No blitz here. Kayvon got some pressure. Stroud able to elude it. Looking towards the end zone. There's going to be a holding penalty, I think. Giants will decline it because it's incomplete. Oh, nope. We're going to have offsetting flags. Belton on a pass interference.
Yep. So we will have offsetting flags.
And
I don't know who got hold. They're like Thibodeau was held. Thibodeau was held right at the beginning of the play. And then obviously the flag came in late from the back judge there in the end zone. And we'll have a discussion. But it does look like it'll be offsetting penalties and they'll replay the down.
So we'll do it again, Beto.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what we got.
8:10 to go here in the 1st quarter. It'll be 3rd and goal. So far, Giants defense has held tough here, but they need to do it for one more play. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Thibodeau got really good pressure off the edge immediately, and that's the hold right there. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. And I didn't see the hold from Belton. You just saw that.
Yeah, he tackled him.
I'm just saying, I didn't see it. I just saw the flag. Like I saw the end result there at the end because they were, couldn't see the actual hold. Just saw the incomplete pass.
Stroud takes the snap and kind of just got rid of it. Looking for Dalton Schultz.
Simmons out there on coverage again, playing nickel back, and there was talk about him playing nickel back. And of course, he was a safety at Clemson, a big guy, tall guy anyway. And Arizona played him at linebacker, so he's kind of that hybrid. But he is a guy that can go out there and cover. I mean, he is that.
They're going for this. I mean, it's preseason, but they're going for it.
Wow. Dable saying what?
4th and goal here at the 6 against Shane Bowen. One of the best red zone defenses in the NFL each of the last 2 years. We'll see if he can hold up to his reputation.
Wow, it is interesting.
Man in motion, right to left. Stroud out of the gun. Giants come. No, they don't. They come with 4. Good spin move by Kayvon, and it's batted up at the line of scrimmage by Sexy Dexy. And the Giants defense will get him off the field. Daniel Jones will take over at his own 6.
Sexy Dexy got like 3 inches off the ground. Stroud kind of threw that low. But I think what this tells me, Chris, this might have been the only drive that the Texans.
That was Burns, by the way. My mistake. Burns brought the pressure there.
Yeah, and he did get there right at the end. I'm thinking that those three guys we expect a lot of: DeVito, Dexter, and of course Brian Burns. But I think to me that probably speaks that that's the only drive that the starters were going to have, and they just said go try to score a touchdown. I'd be surprised if Stroud played the next series. That to me anyway, that says we're just going to play them one series. So let's get all the plays we can. But good job by the Giants red zone, and you mentioned it right at the top, Chris. This is what Bowen's known for. Really good red zone defense. So Giants, they allow them to go down the field, but they hold tough inside the 20.
Yeah, that's what I expect this year. I expect annoying drives where they pick up a lot of 3-play first downs, third and shorts where we give up first downs. But I expect the defense is going to hold strong inside the 20, and that's exactly what happened. And we'll see if this defensive line this year could generate enough pressure without blitzing as frequently as we did last year.
Now, the Giants did throw the ball 3 straight times in their opening drive. We'll see if they actually run it here. Honestly, the first pass by Daniel Jones sent the Twitter sphere into a tizzy when Jones almost threw a pick 6.
Twitter, after Daniel Jones threw that pass, Twitter shut down worse than the Trump and Elon debate on Twitter.
They did, yeah. It was bad.
They had to shut down Twitter because Giants fans were going nuts after one.
Yeah, too crazy. And then, of course, he throws the pass to Neighbors, which is a good pass. And I'm sure people say that was a bad pass by Jones. He overthrew him and whatever.
And Rich Rod says good red zone defense, but season that's 3, so not a win. I mean, yeah, I agree, but three's okay. Obviously you want to give up 0 every drive, but if you can hold the team out of if a team generally scores less than 50% when they reach the red zone, more often than not, they're not going to win that football game. So That's where games are won and lost, man. It's almost like a +4 when you're able to hold them inside the 10 to a field goal.
Actually, holding a team to a 3 on a drive like that is a win. They get first and goal, and you
started at midfield too, basically.
That's a win. Correct. They started, outside their own 40. They the 41. So when they get down there and it's first and goal, 3 is a win at that point.
In today's NFL, if you start at your own 41, 20 yards, and you're in field goal range. So
yeah.
So here we go. Giants will start with it deep in their own territory with it looks like Brian Daboll's child with how thin he is. My God.
Yeah.
A lot of weight.
Yeah, I told you we got Dave's in the weight room. I put him on a good diet, and he's ready to go.
And there's a handoff up the middle. Got about 2. That was Motor on his first carry of the preseason. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. Listen, it's not sexy, but you can live with. I'd rather have 2nd and 7 than 2nd and 12 any day. Those little body blows, the 3 yards in a cloud of dust. If it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, you can work on that. When it's 3rd and 9, it's difficult. So.
Big play here. See if the Giants can make it 3rd and manageable. Jones will take the snap, play action, drops back, has some. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh.
Now Twitter is going absolutely batshit crazy. Daniel Jones.
Nearly
throw the fucking football.
Jones nearly takes a sack in the end zone.
Throw the ball. Throw the freaking ball right here, dude. Get rid of the ball. He's got time, Chris. Throw the ball. Stop staring down the receiver. We're already looking at this shit.
And it's a
pick. Look at this. Just stare. He never looked off of the receiver.
A pick.
Come on, dude.
For Daniel Jones. That's a situation there where once the play breaks down, just get rid of the football. And I know you can't get an intentional. You can't get an intentional grounding there because it would be a safety. But get rid of the freaking football, man.
He had time there.
Yeah.
Stop. Look at this. All he does is look to the left side of the field. He's staring him down the whole time.
Oh.
And you take a safety as opposed to giving up a touchdown.
Oh God!
Holy shit.
Get it out of the way now. But my God, was that bad?
That's not good. That's just not a smart. You're in year 6, dude. There's no excuse for that play.
Oh my God.
At all. Stop with that shit. This is why people hate on the guy, because that is more often than not you see that type of shit. He had time in the pocket. Yeah, it broke down. You can't stand back there all day. The game moves fast, and you can't just come on, man, get over. Oh shit, you can't do that at all.
10-0 Houston.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
Come
Uh-oh.
on. Come on. 7-0. They didn't get a field goal, bro. Get that 10 off of there. It's 7.
Oh, that's right. They went for it earlier. My mistake. Sorry about that.
That was terrible.
7-0.
You know what? Get rid of the beard and shave his head too while he's at it. Just shave his head. Let him go with the Brian Dable look. Maybe that'll help him.
Oh my God.
That was awful. I don't give a shit if it's preseason. I don't care if it's post. I don't care what that is. I don't care if that's practice. That's terrible.
And Danny,
I love that guy. He's one of my favorites.
Still stinks only year 6. There's no defending that.
No defending that at all.
There's no defending that.
No defending that one.
He does that in the regular season. He's going to get his ass handed to him by Dable. Obviously, preseason is awful too. No excuses. But my God,
that was really freaking bad. That was really bad. That was terrible. That was terrible.
Oh God! Oh, the pain. Oh,
yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible.
People in the chat already saying they want to start doing mock drafts for quarterbacks next year.
Yeah, that was horrible, man.
Oh my goodness, Giants.
That'll make that play alone will make my post game worth doing.
Well, somebody get Daniel Jones a razor blade. It's time to get rid of the beard.
Yeah, time to get rid of his hair too. Like I said, he should go with the Dable cut. Shave his face, shave his hair. You know,
he should have thrown two picks.
He should have. Yeah, he should have thrown 2 pick sixes.
And Sammy the Don says, "When is it going to change, bro?" Dude, if I had the answer, man, I would save you all the agony, and we would just fast forward to then. I don't know. When is it going to change when we have a quarterback who isn't an idiot and makes throws like that, and we have an offensive line that could block? But I don't know when that's going to take place. Giants are going to take the kick return back to the 30. I think that was McKenzie, if I'm not mistaken, who's been doing the kick returns. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was somebody else. And the Giants will start with it at the 30. So
that was really bad. That's indefensible.
And British
he's got time. Right there, you don't see it. You have to throw the ball right now if you're looking at the tight end. Okay. And if it's not there, throw the ball away.
Yeah.
Roll out and throw it away.
Yeah.
You got to know that by now. You're not a rookie.
Oh, goodness gracious. First and 10 for the Giants at their own 31. And Motor up the middle. He got 2.5. Let's just hope the Giants get a good drive here so we get a little bit of that taste out of our mouth. But that was bad.
Maybe it's a good thing because remember last year they went right down the field and scored, and it ended up being really bad. So maybe him playing really bad. Maybe
get it out now. Get it out now.
Right, get it out of your system now.
6:56 to go here in the first. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Giants as they break the huddle. They come out in the I formation. Man in motion, right to left. Takes the snap. Daniel's going to hand it off again. Don't blame. No, nice broken tackle there by Motor. He picked up about 10 or 11 as he motorboats his way down the field. First down, Giants.
Motorboats his way down the field. I like that. Yeah, this is a big play by Singletary. Obviously, the offensive line blocking really good. Big hole there. Nice move in the hole and getting that first down and finishing off the run with a tough runner. And the Giants needed that big time, without question. Of course, Singletary played for the Texans last year, so, back at it. Played with Buffalo with Dable, so.
Here's Jones from the 43. Play action, drops back, throws. He's going to check it out to Motor. And Singletary's going to push forward for a hard-fought yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, they were doing a waltz over there. He's able to get a yard out of it. But, we've seen a lot of, outside of the one pass to Neighbors down the sideline, we've seen a lot of short passes.
And British says DJ has to shave and stop thinking about Kay Adams. That's a fact. That beard's got to go.
Yeah, is the beard, and like I said, his hair. Take his hair off his head. I mean, seriously. I mean, listen, Terry Bradshaw was bald, right? Actually, a lot of quarterbacks that won Super Bowls had hair, but shave his head. Maybe it'll help him out.
License plate guys at the preseason game in Houston.
I saw it on Instagram. He put that he was there. He's everywhere.
So 1st and 5, and Fox says it's 1st and 9, and Fox still sucks with these with their audio. With their,
2nd and 9, Fox has it 1st and 5, unless there was a penalty that we didn't see.
Slayton checks into the game for the Giants. Jones
under penalty, Chris?
I didn't hear you. They're gonna pitch it.
There's a penalty.
He got to the 50. What'd you say, Bad Dog?
It must have been a penalty because it was 1st and 5.
Yeah, they did. They threw a flag after the play.
Oh, after the play.
Yeah.
That was
great. And another flag, and that was the second-year running back Gray, as he got 2 yards off right tackle.
And Gray was the star of game one with the big 48-yard touchdown run, and then the other touchdown at the goal line.
As Josh says, it's going to be a long season, boys. If you're going based off this preseason, it's going to feel like a marathon.
Yeah.
5:33 to go here, 1st and 10, and that will back the Giants back to where they started. Must have been a false start penalty. It'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah. So back and forth we go.
Back and forth we go as we waste a minute for no reason. Jones under center, 2 wide, takes the snap. They're going to let him throw. Say your prayers. He's going to throw on the right sideline. A nice catch there by Neighbors in traffic as he went up and grabbed that. We haven't seen that often as Giant fans.
More than the catch, the line. The offensive line did a great job of giving Daniel Jones time. Look at the line. This is what we're looking at. Lou said it. You and I are definitely looking at this because this is most important for us. Look at that. Look at that.
That's protection.
That's what we need to see.
That's a Trojan. That's like a condom.
Good throw, good catch, good blocking. Want to see more of that.
From the 43, man in motion, Wan'Dale Robinson. He's going to take the snap. And, you want to probably rip that play up out of the playbook because they lose 4 yards on the handoff.
Yeah, that's
14.
That looked like total. That just looked like a total blow up or whatever. They looked like they didn't know what the play was.
And Chris,
like Jones and Singletary ran into one another. There was nobody blocked off the right side of the line of scrimmage, and
that's how good we are. By the way, Bad Dog, we have interns who pay us.
Correct.
As Chris and Bad Dog's intern donates again. We're gonna get that in a second. Here's Daniel Jones out of the gun, 2nd and 14. Takes the snap. Jones drops back. Houston comes with 4. Jones going to step up. He's going to run. Can you slide? Can you slide? He can't. He dives forward, and he gets 12. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
What is he do? Dude, stop leading with your head. Chris, we got to, like I said, we got to bring in a baseball guy and teach this dude how to slide. Danny, you've had neck problems. Don't lead with your neck. Please. Don't do that, man. It's just slide.
It's a preseason game. It's not,
Slide. I understand how you want to get every yard. I love your fight, but you got to be a little smarter sometimes. Dude, slide, bro. Slide.
3rd and 2 for Daniel from the 35 as they are in Gano's range. Jones under center. Houston shows blitz. And Singletary pushing the pile. Oh, this guy is tough. He's going to get the 1st down. That was
a great run by Motor. Motor in his way. I mean, that's just what it was. There's a strong run, strong push.
I think they marked him short.
No, he's got the 1st down there.
They're going to measure.
He's got the 1st down. He's got the 1st down.
As Chris and Bad Dog's intern says, year 6 is still having mental lapses like that. My God, end the season. Or it's bad, man. That was not
a good play. I'm not going to sit here and say start Drew Lock from that pass. That was not a good play by Jones, let's be honest.
And Youngin promises technically Jones has a passing touchdown. So technically, yes. But if you want to be technical, sure. A pass that he threw resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah. That was the 1st down for the Giants. Great run by Singletary. Something we didn't see from Barkley, by the way.
Thank God they're not using the Hawkeye this week. That took like 8 minutes last week. Remember that when they tried to use the Hawkeye for the 1st down measurement?
1st down, he got it.
As they get it by the nose of a football, 1st down for the Giants.
Yeah. All right, 1 for 1 on the measurement this year. John Madden used to do that all the time where he would say they got it.
Did you see they're doing a John Madden movie?
Yes, somebody let me know.
Yeah.
Who's playing him? Frank Caliendo?
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's someone famous. I can't somebody in the chat's gonna say it. I can't remember, but it's someone pretty famous. Andrew says throw it away like Kay doing him later. Oh yeah. If they were going out, she dumped him after that pass. Yeah. Oh, Nick Cage. That's who it is. Nick Cage is playing him.
You have to gain some pounds.
Yeah. Well, they got fat suits. Yeah. 1st and 10 here for the Giants. 2:47 to go here in the 1st. Giants.
All right, well, this so far, Chris, is a good rebound for Jones in this offense.
Yeah. Good drive thus far. Jones takes the snap from the 33, looks right, throws right, intercepted, and Jones. Oh, he was looking for Hyatt, and that's a throw where if you're going to miss, you miss towards the sideline. You throw that towards the sideline, so something like that can happen as Daniel Jones throws his 2nd, should be 3rd interception in the 1st quarter of his preseason this year.
It's underthrown. It's to the inside. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Oh.
Shave your beard, bro. Shave the beard.
Oh my God.
Shave the beard, dude. Shave that thing.
Oh God. All you can
This
do
is why Daniel Jones drives me absolutely bonkers, because you see him make a good throw, you see him make a nice run, you see them have a nice drive, and then there's that.
Oh, and Jonathan says, "Will Dable Shane survive another?" I think they will, but we'll see. The Giants have fired people in the past that I was a bit surprised when they did. So anything could happen. But yes, I'm leaning they're going to get 4 years.
I believe so.
Big Mike says, "Is it too early to start my Arch Manning chant?" We got I think that's 2 years away, right? Before he's draft eligible.
Let's see if he even plays. Has he even played for Texas? Quinn Ewers always starts. Quinn Ewers.
I think he played like a couple of drives last year, but yeah.
Just, wow.
Well, Ewers is obviously the starter this year, and then next year, still with Texas, you figure Arch will be the starter.
It'll be Arch,
yeah. And
Quinn Ewers might be starting for us next year.
Yeah, he might. Young and Promise says, "We want cutlets." You might get them. My God. God almighty. Oh, Daniel. I want to root for the guys.
I tell you, Danny, you make it hard to stick up for you, man. I do my best. I do my best to be to just try to give him some kind of credit to. Wow.
He's bad. He's bad.
It's funny, again, I don't know if he's on YouTube, but my guy on Twitter, Momo, I freaking love the guy. He's the best Daniel Jones troll there is. He just cracks me up. And he goes, "I already know all the fanboys are going to go crazy when Jones has a great game and it's just preseason." I said, what if he plays poorly? And he goes, "I'm going scorched earth." So I'm sure Twitter is. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tweet right now. Why the hell not? Why the hell not?
Chris says, "Wonder who Jones fans blame today." I mean, you can't blame anybody but Daniel Jones today. I mean, thankfully it's preseason, but not obviously doesn't bring a lot of confidence for the regular season with the way he's looked today.
Yeah. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but there's no giving him the benefit of the doubt. These are two. One was just inexcusable, and this is a bad pass. Now everybody, he's coming off an ACL. It's in the preseason. Yeah, I understand all that, but the same people like it's preseason. If he threw 2 touchdowns, they're going to say the same thing.
And they don't give the Texans a touchback there. They have to start at their own half-yard line. And nowhere to go there is
good job by the Giants defense.
Close to a safety. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. And McFadden now holding his twig and berries.
You know what? I should record this because someone's saying Sims is killing. What I want to do, honestly, I want to go back and listen to this later. And I want to listen to what the announcers are saying.
McFadden is still holding. McFadden's not having kids.
I think he's got his groin, right?
Yeah.
That's not good. We need McFadden.
No, that's not good. He couldn't get off the field. He fell to the ground.
That's not good then at all. What the hell happened to him here? He was in on the tackle again.
Somebody must have kneed him on the ground. Obviously, inadvertently.
Hopefully that's all it is. Hopefully somebody has landed on his inner thigh and it's nothing serious. It's just like, oh, that shit hurts. And then you go over there, you get your balls massaged, and you go back in the game.
And Michael says, shave his head, shave his ass. There. Oh God! Whatever he's got to shave. Whatever he's got. If he's had hair on his ass since he's been in the NFL, he better shave it. Bill, man, thank you so much, man. Bill's the man. Always
Bill's the man.
Supporting us. Love you, Bill. He says, "I'm so done with this kid. The DJ experiment failed." Listen, Bill, as long as he's a Giants quarterback, I'm going to root for him. But listen, and it's preseason, so I'm not going to go bonkers. But there's no defending those throws. They awful.
Yeah, there's no.
And his first throw should have been an interception as well. So I'm just hoping, for the sake of my sanity, that he looks a lot better in the regular season. But that was indefensible, awful.
Yeah.
Jonathan says, just saw on X that Jones is the 4th highest cap hit in the NFL this year, just the biggest oof imaginable. Well, yeah, that's because they didn't restructure his salary where other teams do, because the Giants are looking to get out of that Jones contract
Right.
after this year. So that's the reason for that. But yeah, it was a listen, he's bad. He's not playing well. There's no defending him. It's preseason. You got to hope it gets better. I'm not going to go crazy yet, but not good on on that. Not a good first impression. But to be fair, like you said, he had a great first impression last year in the preseason, and then it went to hell. So I try to remain even keel with the preseason. I'm not going to get too high if he throws 2 touchdowns. Going to try not to get too low if he throws 2 picks, but these are bad picks. These are bad.
They're bad.
Yeah.
They are bad. I always love this. You putting the pads on in the second half. Comparing Daniel Jones to a 50-year-old guy that's on YouTube is not strengthening your argument.
Well, you know what you should say back to the guy? Am I going to get paid $40 million? I'll gladly put the pads on.
I'm going to do that right now. Good idea.
And Micah McFadden is going to get carted off. So that is not good for the
That
Giants.
is not good at all.
Not good for the Giants. So there's our first injury that you don't like to see in preseason.
Yep.
And Lou says maybe Kay Adams likes his beard. Well, then he needs to break up with Kay Adams because it's got to change.
Does she like his play? Because I don't think
she don't like his play. After what we've seen today, she don't like his play. AP says, guys, you don't understand what's happening. He's getting all the bad passes out of the way early. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. That's what I'm going to choose to believe. As Stroud drops back to pass, as he looks great, as he hits Schultz over the middle up to the 28-yard line, tackled down, I think it was by Pinnock. And like that, Houston's in business.
He had a lot of time on that one as well, so that was looking pretty good. Look at this. I mean, just look at that pocket. They would have got late pressure, but by that time, Schultz was wide open across the middle of the field.
So 1st and 10 for Houston after a 26-yard pickup at their own 1-yard line. 1:23 to go here in the first. Houston will break the huddle. CJ Stroud coming out under center. It'll be offset I formation. Giants crowd the line with a 5-man front. 5 on the play clock. Stroud takes the snap. Play action. The Giants come with a corner blitz. Houston does a good job picking him up, and they hit their man in stride up to the 50. So 2 chunk plays in a row for Houston as they go from the 1-yard line to the 50.
Yeah, 50 yards and 2 plays. And again, a rare blitz from Bowen. Banks did not get there, obviously. Or it wasn't Banks, I'm sorry. I just saw the 3. And
looked like it was a good play, and I'm not trying to defend the defense.
They got a hold.
Looked like a hold there. He got him around his neck.
Yeah, he did. He spun him down to the ground there near the end, but just it was a good pocket.
They called it. We should be referees.
They did call a holding play.
We should be referees. So they did.
We couldn't do worse.
1st and 20 as they do get hit with the holding penalty. No Mets, no Nets, and no Jets, says Chris Bad Dog. What up? You cannot throw toothpaste, especially after Brady takes a jab at you. It's preseason. I'm not going to go bananas, but he's played awful today. And there's no defending.
He has played awful.
Played awful today. Houston will take the snap up the middle, up to the 20. It'll be 2nd and 17 as they get 3 of the 10 yards back from the holding penalty.
That might be the last play of the first quarter. Nope. They have to run one more play.
Yeah. And Danny Pick 6 Duds. That's an appropriate nickname from what we've seen thus far today.
Right.
He says, been done with DJ since year 2. This is who he is.
It's more often than not. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. No.
So Houston will run one more play, and then it'll take us to the end of this atrocious first quarter by the Giants. Specifically on the defense has been okay, but the offense, no bueno.
No, that's putting it kindly. No bueno.
2nd and 17 for Houston at their own 20. Stroud takes the snap. Giants come with 4. Stroud dumps it down. Schultz has been active. He makes another catch for 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 10, and we go to the second quarter.
This one you want to see. There's our 6th-round pick, however you say it, Musau out there.
He might get a lot more burn now.
He definitely probably will.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's something serious from McFadden. I don't know what the hell happened there, but yeah, man, that was not a good quarter of offensive football for the Giants at all. And like I said, the defense has been pretty good. It'll be interesting to see what they do here if he blitzes on 3rd down 10. But this is where your guys like Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, this is where you want to see them shine on these obvious passing situations. This is where we really need to be able to get to the quarterback with our front 4. And then that's what Bowen does. This is where we need to do it. You don't want to have to blitz on 3rd and 10 where you take a chance of a one-on-one and it becomes a big play. I mean, this is really where you got to get pressure with your front 4 guys And if they complete, you let them get it underneath. You don't let them get a big play down the field. So this will be an interesting down as far as that goes.
And David Cohen says, you think Jones misses Shermer? I think Jones misses Duke. I don't know, man. Listen, I was a big proponent of keeping Shermer after Jones's first year because I thought he was we drafted him due in large part to that he fit Shermer's offense. But at this point, man, it's 5 years. I mean, come on. Can't use that as an excuse. And it's his third year with Dable, albeit the first year Dable calling the plays, but obviously Dable has his fingerprints all over the offense.
Yeah.
I don't care who's calling the plays. As a quarterback, those 3 throws that he made today, you can't make those throws. Those are awful. So, yeah. But it's preseason. I'm not going to go bananas. Woosah, as I like to always say to Bad Dog. Woosah, it's preseason, but
it is Woosah.
But if he makes those throws in the regular season, he's going to get destroyed. I'm sure he's getting destroyed already.
This guy actually said to me, I put for 40 million. Sure. He goes, dude, I'm not being sarcastic. I'd rather you play quarterback than him. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. I feel like a girl at this point. Oh, man. Well, let's see if we can get out the. I have to really make a preseason rage video for a post-game video. Like, do I really have to do this? When I was live last night, I replayed all my Joe Judge breakdowns from 2021. And I'm like, I don't want to make those videos anymore. Like, I want to make good videos today. I know it's preseason, but holy shit, he looks terrible. I mean, it's
3rd and 10 from the 27 as the Texans make a quarterback change. Drops back to pass. Giants get some pressure, but he's able to step up and elude it. And incomplete as he just was unable to get his 2 feet.
Good job by McLeod. Good coverage by McLeod. And good pressure initially there by the Giants. Stroud got away from it, but they did get pressure and forced him to step up and make a throw. And Dable's looking at his play card going, what other quarterbacks do I have in my
Giant, they're going to have to punt. Do you think Jones sees one more drive because how poorly
he has to. He has to, man. There's no way you could take him out of the game.
Yeah.
Listen, Jones has looked like dog shit. And let's just call it is what it is. The Liners look good though.
Yeah, so
the Liners look good, and this makes Jones look worse.
That's a penalty. That took like 3 seconds to. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
This makes Jones look worse because he hasn't really been under duress. You can say, sure, in the end zone he should have got rid of that ball immediately. Like that is his problem. He hangs onto the ball too long. He's too indecisive. See the guy and throw the ball, bro.
And Chizzolo says, what we think at 50 nothing first game of this year. I mean, if you go based off of history, that would sound appropriate based off last year. I think we lost 40 nothing to start the year. So hopefully we avoid that this year. But
we're not playing the Cowboys, so maybe not.
Yeah, it's still preseason. I'm not going to go crazy. If this is in the regular season, I'll be going bananas. Punts away. Giants are called for the fair catch and they nearly fumbled it. McKenzie able to bring it in at the 32, 14:47 to go in the second.
All right, come on, Jones. Give us something, man.
Sway Sports says, bring on Jalen Milton. Well, you got to wait till next year's draft for that to be a possibility, but we'll see how he does this year with Bama. And David,
guys, that was the other thing I said. I'm like, in October last year, I'm talking about this is Michigan's schedule. This is Washington's schedule. I thought Cam Waters coming out. So Washington State, USC. I was doing it. Here's LSU, North Carolina. Like I was doing all the schedules so you could look at the quarterback. And I'm like, I don't want to have to do that this year. Yeah. But Jones, those first couple of drives here, hey, Texas plays here. Alabama plays here. Miami plays at this time. Colorado.
Eric Gray makes a catch out in the flat. He trips over it looks like he tripped on the turf. He was able to.
Are we at home? Because that looked like home cooking, that trip there.
It did. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 as Gray's able to pick up 2. We'll see if they get some positive yardage here on 2nd down. As David says, can a head coach be a good head coach even though he's calling the play? Yeah, you see it all around the league. I mean, what Shanahan calls the plays with the 49ers, doesn't he? I mean, I think McVay, if I'm not mistaken, calls the plays with the Rams. Here's Jones out of the gun from the 34, takes the snap, drops back, throws. It's another check down to Gray. Gray turns the corner this time. He's able to stay on his feet, and he gets 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
I was actually surprised Gray didn't lower his shoulder to try to get those extra couple of yards. Jones driving the bus there.
Andy Reid calls the plays too. So yeah, there's plenty of examples. And Nameless Grifter says if DeVito plays, he may look really good, and that could be a problem for the Giants. I mean, if he plays really good, he's going to stay in. If Jones plays like this in the regular season,
yeah.
Here's Jones under center, 3rd and 2. That looked like they got an offside here, and they won't get a free play because the Giants offensive lineman moved to get the call.
Yeah, neutral zone infraction. They'll give us first down.
Yeah, first down Giants. As name is scripters. Oh, we already read that one. Yeah, I Jones is definitely gonna be the starter to open the year, but if he plays like this, he won't keep his job long this year.
So what's going through his head?
1st and 10 is Jones is looking over the playbook. He's saying, which play involves me not throwing an interception? There's like one on my wrist.
Right. Continue to throw it to Eric Gray out of the backfield. Maybe that's the best play.
13:25 to go here. All kidding aside, let's hope Daniel Jones gets something going here on this drive.
Please.
Man in motion is Neighbors, and they're going to try a run with Neighbors as Neighbors tries to turn the corner. Theo Johnson with the lead block as one rookie helps the other, picks up 5.
Yeah. All right, we'll take that. You can deal with 2nd and 5 and anything to get Neighbors the football. Jones, the one good pass Jones did make, Neighbors just didn't bring it in.
The other one to Neighbors that he caught was a decent pass too.
True, it was a little high though. You don't want to get your wide receiver killed, but yes, there was some velocity behind that one.
2nd and 5.
Like to hit him in the numbers on that pass.
2nd and 5, Giants coming out in the eye. Now they have it at midfield as they got Motor in the backfield. Still have the starting offense as they're trying to generate some positive feeling here for this offense. As Singletary goes up, I'll tell you what, man. Everybody chalked this guy up in the preseason. I saw a lot of people say, he's kind of a rotational back. They're going to use him in the pass game. This guy runs hard for a small guy.
Don't run like that anymore. You don't run like that anymore. And again, a really good push. If nothing else from this offense, the offensive line does look pretty freaking good. To me.
Yeah, no, it has.
I mean, this is a good push up front. Good pull there. I think that was Bellinger, and just a nice pull and a good finish by Singletary. They got the first time. I mean, if you're a Giants fan and you can do that, you're signing up for that all day.
1st and 10 here for the Giants. Jones under center. They're going to leave Singletary in the game. It's a 2-wide set, and it looks like we got a flag on the play. A lot of flags in this game.
That's to be expected in the preseason. I think the Giants took a timeout. Looks like they're.
Oh, they did. You're right.
So maybe they got the timeout before the delay game. That might have been what was going on there. Dable's like,
another year of this bullshit.
He's like, son of a bitch. He's like, couldn't trade with the Patriots. And
1st and 10 as we get a commercial break as the Giants use a timeout. And we'll talk to the chat. Bliss fan says, shake off the rust. He may have to shake off a lot more than rust, but it's let's hope he does. Let's hope he does, man.
Yeah.
At least the line and backs look good. Yeah, the lines look decent, Slick Rick. It has looked decent.
Yep.
Let's see. Dable, I don't think Dable's getting fired, but listen, Tarzan, I've been wrong before. It would have to be a complete meltdown, not just for the Giants on the field, but Dable himself. I think he sees a year 4 without something like that. I think, for example, Judge would have seen an extra year if he didn't have a complete meltdown, which he did. So is Dable. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I do think Dable will get another year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Dable and Shane they definitely have to. I don't think you can get rid of him after 3 years. They haven't really had a chance to rebuild yet. And especially if the Giants are bad and they're drafting top 5. Let's hope that's not the case, but if they are top 3, top 5, and they go quarterback, these guys are getting more than 4 years because you're not going to, even though they did it to Pat Shurmur, they did do it to Pat Shurmur after Jones' rookie season, but most likely you're not getting rid of those guys after they just took on a quarterback.
Yeah. Shane's Dable's guy. They came in together. I'll worry about it in the offseason. Hopefully this year they win the Super Bowl. Everything's great, but I'll worry about it in the offseason. But I fully expect both those guys to get at least another year, almost regardless of what happens this year.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many coaches is Jones going to get? Hopefully no more, D. Hopefully no more.
I don't think Jones is going to get any more coaches fired, if you want to call it that, because, if he has a bad year, they're getting another quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Dable's staying there. So this is it. Daboll's his last run. They're not going to fire Daboll and leave Daniel Jones there. Like that's it's not happening. The Giants aren't going to pick third, and they're going to pick somebody else. They're not going to take a quarterback.
Daniel's got to. Only way Daniel keeps his job, this team's got to do what they did in 2022.
Correct.
They got to make the playoffs.
Yep. I mean, he's had the pick six. It was horrible.
And Jones is going to heave one up down the sideline, and it's hauled in by Darius Slayton up to the 1 yard line. Little bit underthrown, but I'm not going to be nitpicky. I am happy with a 44-yard gain from Jones to Slayton.
There's Jones' safety blanket right there. They've been together. They were drafted. I believe they were in the same draft, right? 2019. And they've been playing together since Jones' rookie season. They have the chemistry without question. Jones trying to build it with the other one. I don't see Wan'Dale Robinson out there, by the way. But this is, again, a little bit underthrown. Still good. Over the shoulder to the outside where he did not throw it to Jalen Hyatt last time. He threw it inside. A nice adjustment by Slayton. Big play for the Giants. Now they're in scoring position.
Hand off to Singletary. Motor boats his way into the end zone, and the Giants go in for 6.
Barkley couldn't do that last year.
They marked him short?
What? There's no way he was short.
Oh, he might have been.
The ball was down. The ball was down.
Guys, premature on my part. Preseason.
Yep, the ball was tough to see, but that angle, yes, the ball was down before the goal line.
That's a bad spot though, because he was literally at like
he was like an inch away. Yeah,
that's a bad spot.
I don't think Fox's line's right, Chris.
You're right. Fox's line is completely wrong.
It's wrong.
Singletary sails in for 6, and now he boats his way into the end zone. Stand up, New York Giant fans. As the Giants even up, pending a extra point, the Giants even up the score with 10:31 to go here in the second.
What I love about this first half is the freaking offensive line. Without question, the line just getting a good push. Singletary runs hard. Again, Barkley, as good as he was, would tiptoe, didn't hit the hole, didn't finish runs. And maybe it's because he just didn't have the desire to do so playing for the Giants. But Singletary's running very hard, finishing his runs. And the Giants are really getting a good push. And Daboll gave Jones there you go, bud. And that's going to be the end. No question. I can't imagine the starters are coming back out.
Sit him out.
You finish on a good note. And Chris, again,
leave on a positive note.
The Jones haters are going, that was a bad pass by Jones. It wasn't perfect, but it was a good pass. But this is why Jones drives me crazy, because he'll make that play, but then he'll make the play where he throws a pick 6. Yeah. And it's like, what are you? Like, are you really bad? Are you really good? Like, it's like he's not just consistent. Yeah. He's like Giancarlo Stanton. He's either hitting a home run or he's striking out in a pitch 3 feet out of the zone. And you're like, what the hell are you swinging at? That's Jones.
Listen, in preseason, I'm going to keep my cool. I'm just happy that he ends on a positive note.
Yes.
We also have to remember this is the first time Jones has been back on a football field in a game situation since he tore his ACL.
Right.
So let him get his bearings. Let's hope he's ready for the regular season. Not going to defend the way he played. He was awful. That's as bad as I've seen Daniel Jones on the season game. It was awful. But get a positive feeling to end. Take him out now. I don't want another pick.
Yeah, I don't think. I think the way Daboll gave him that kind of pat in the back, I think that's the end of his day.
Get him out. Give him a
3 drives. They got like 5 drives, right? 4.
Yeah, they got 4 or 5.
They got 4 drives, 1 punt, 2 picks, 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
We lost Chris. He'll be back. I'm sure I'll get to these super chats, but if he doesn't, Rich Rod said, look, one positive. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. It happens from time to time, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Twitter got him again.
As Thomas says, can every receiver wear Slayton jersey? Jones only seems able to throw to him. He does have a good connection with Darius Slayton. There's no denying that since he's been in the league.
No, they came in together, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to get caught up with all you guys. Sorry about that. I left for a minute. Got some water. And Rich says, look, one positive, Jones taking shots at least. Yeah, he took a few. He attempted the shot to Hyatt, albeit a horrible pass that he should have thrown to the outside shoulder. And then, yeah, he takes a shot deep there to Slayton. So, yes, at least he took a few shots there in the preseason, which is good to see. Giants set to kick this away. 10:31 to go here in the second. Q Spade says, what a throw by Jones. Where the haters at now? Listen, I'll take it. I'm not gonna go bananas for the throw, and I'm not gonna go bananas for the interceptions. We'll wait for the regular season to go bananas. As the Texans are tackled down at the 20, they'll start there. But yes, I'm happy. Do you want to be nitpicky and say we slightly underthrown? Sure, but it was a good enough throw. It was a good throw. Ralph says, why is no one talking about the pass interference that occurred before the interception and the bad route running? Are we we're talking about the interception to Hyatt, Ralph? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about because I don't recall any pass interference that I saw in the pick six. Maybe I missed it. If you're talking about on the play through the pick, I'm sure there was probably some contact, but maybe I missed it, Ralph. Texans take the snap. They're going to hand off the left side as they run up the middle. They pick up 3, and the bad route running. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there's bad route running. It's tough to tell. I don't know what that's the thing. I don't know what routes they're supposed to be running. I mean, they looked okay to me. Jones's throw to Hyatt was not good.
Yeah,
Chris said it best. If you're missing outside.
Yeah, that's like football 101 when it comes to the quarterback spot. If you're taking a shot down the field, you aim towards the outside shoulder. You don't want to throw it inside because then it gives the defense a possibility to make that pick. So it was a bad throw.
And the one in the end zone was just a terrible job. That's just there's no defending that. It was just he held on to the ball too long, and then he
Texans got back the pass. This is going to be negated because I think the Giants jumped off sides and they know it, so they fall down to the ground.
Yeah.
I still don't like that by Hawkins though because you never know unless they whistled it dead. They may have whistled it dead.
Yeah.
Keep DJ in and add more assurance or reality before the season. I think maybe I'll be wrong, Rich. I think they take him out. I think you get your positive vibes, you get your good drive. He got enough exposure. You got a quarter and a half, and then you give him maybe a drive or two next week and get ready for the regular season. I think that's the plan.
Again, and in the way Dable kind of patted him on the back there, as if to say, good response. I think he's done. Stroud is done for the day. I think they got 5 drives. They got 4 drives, and I think that's enough. That's probably the end of them, and we'll see them September 8th.
2nd and 2 for the Texans as they'll take the snap. They're going to turn. They're going to pitch. They're going to try to run off left side as he turns the corner. He picks up 4. He's pushed out of bounds. It'll be a Houston first down as he's pushed out by the rookie linebacker. How do you pronounce his name? Muasau? There you go.
From Hawaii. He looked good last week against the Lions. He had a couple of nice plays. You got to make that tackle. So the back, Kirk is still out there.
1st and 10 for the Texans. They got 2 wide to the right. They'll take the snap, drops back to pass, 5-step drop. He's got all day as he missed him. He had him open.
Bad throw.
Yeah. Good protection, too, but just a bad throw.
That was a bad throw.
Zach Attack says, I have to be honest. I am not confident in Jones so far. I don't know how you could be off of this performance so far, but I'll root for him till he's benched. No more excuses. It's now or never. Hey, man. Yeah, listen, I'm going to root my ass off for him.
As long as he's a Giant, I root for him because if he's good, we're good.
I'm pulling for him.
If he's on the bench, then he's on the bench. When he's not here, then who cares? And then I'll badmouth him all the time. But as long as he's our quarterback, I'm rooting.
Here come the Texans. Handoff off the right side, cuts to the middle. Okereke first on the scene. Okereke's been active today. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was a really good job by the entire Giants defense, just kind of stringing that out. No holes, nowhere for him to go, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Giants did a really good job sealing the edge there, not allowing them to pop it to the outside, which I think was the intended, what they intended to do on that play.
Yep. I'll check on that. I don't think there was anything. Again, Chris and I don't have the volume up, so we don't know if there was anything on McFadden. It just looked like it was a groin injury.
8:14 to go, 5 on the play clock. Houston takes the snap. It'll be a 3rd and 10. Throws over the middle. He's got a man. It's caught down to the Giants 47. It's about an 18-yard pickup and a first down.
Yeah, that type of thing can't happen. Now, obviously, whoever that guy is, I think his name, I think it said Borders. Like, I have no clue who the hell that is. So you're already down to your 3rd or 4th string cornerbacks. But on 3rd down and 10, you can't allow this to happen. Simmons had good coverage underneath there.
Yeah. That's Keenum, right? Who's playing right now, quarterback? I think that's Case Keenum. 1st and 10 as the marker for Fox has it as 1st and 4. As he makes a cut, Akers breaks a tackle, still on his feet, picks up 14, and a nice cut there as Belton finally brings him down.
Okay, it's a hip injury. That's what it says. Ryder Anderson, Micah McFadden leave with injuries. It just says he's carted off the field with a hip injury.
Whenever you see the card, that's not good.
No, it's not.
But
Tracy left on the cart too, and he seemed to be okay.
That's true.
So hopefully it is nothing serious, but it's a hip injury.
1st and 10, Keenum takes it, bootleg, throws off his back foot, caught down to the 24. It'll be 2nd and short, 2nd and 1. Simmons on the tackle.
Yeah, Trey Hawkins did not have good coverage on that at all. Ball floated out there. Perhaps they'll look at Isaiah Simmons at linebacker with Anderson out, undrafted free agent Elijah Chapman's going to get. Chapman looked good last game.
My mistake. That was Hawkins on the tackle.
Yeah, Hawkins was, like I said, just not good coverage. But Simmons is, like I said, he's been the nickelback pretty much all day.
2nd and 1 for the Texans. That's Akers off the left side. He gets 2. It'll bring up a first down from the 22 for Houston. As Thomas says, I'm confident, and Jones confident that we will see a lot more of that. I'm talking about interceptions. I hope you're wrong.
I hope not, man.
Hopefully it's 2022.
But I'm telling you, you watch Jones on those 2 picks, and I want to rip the rest. I want to rip the hair out. I want to rip my hair out. And I don't have any hair in my head, so you can rip the hair out of my body, for crying out loud. Okay, that's what he makes you want to do. But then you see the throw to Slate, and you see the nice decisions on the check down. People can say, oh, he checked it down again. But you see a nice touchdown drive, and it's like, it's one Jones. Jones is going to put me in a freaking straitjacket because there's flashes of, holy shit, he can play. And then there's like, what is that, bro?
Handoff up the middle. They get 2, and it'll be 2nd and 8. I could deal with the what is that, bro, if it comes with a lot more explosive plays. We had a lot of what is that, bros, with Eli Manning, but Eli Manning also had a lot of explosive plays.
But Eli had already won a couple of Super Bowls.
Of course.
If Jones wins a Super Bowl, I'm not going to give him I'll give him what is that, bro, but I'm not going to care as much.
Of course, and we need more explosive plays generated. If you're going to turn the ball over more, we need more explosive plays. Handoff up the middle, they get 1, maybe 2.
I like this Muasau kid.
Yeah.
I like him, man. Oh, he's limping.
But that was, I mean, there's no defending. The only
like
defense
kid. I mean, sticks around Hawaii. It just seems like he has a nose for the football. You watch him play the last couple
Simmons
of weeks.
Was in on that again too, by the way.
Yeah, I have high hopes for Isaiah Simmons, man. I loved Isaiah Simmons, and I wanted the chance to draft Isaiah Simmons. So, but I like this kid.
From the 18, the Giants bring a blitz. Keenum gets rid of it, caught at the 10, pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line, and Texans have it deep in Giants territory.
Yeah. Again, Bowen doesn't usually bring the blitz, and you see what happens when you do bring it and don't get there. Met you with the catch. And this is what happens. You leave those cornerbacks out on an island. If you don't get there, it's pretty much an easy pitch and catch, unless you're an absolute lockdown corner.
1st and goal from the 3. Keenum's been able to move the ball at will on this drive.
Yeah, no pressure from the front.
As Keenum rolls out to the right, caught, and a touchdown for the Texans. That's Mechie again, his 3rd catch of the drive as the Texans go up 13-7, extra point pending, 3:48.
Yeah, and that was on Isaiah Simmons. But that was very easy. They went right down the field and scored pretty easily there. The 3rd down and 10 was the big play of that drive, obviously. And remember, the Texans also had a holding call in this drive that put it at 2nd and 17, and we couldn't get off the field. So we got to get off the field.
So defense gives up their first points. Obviously, the Texas defense scored the first touchdown.
Yes.
3:48 to go here in the second. I'm thinking Locke will probably close out the half, but hey, maybe Daniel will get another drive. We'll see.
Locke is Locke even available?
Oh, maybe he's not. That's
Maybe
right.
DeVito,
That's
right? I'd imagine it's Tommy DeVito. I don't know. Maybe they will play Jones just for the first half.
Snap, hold, kick is good. Yeah, you'll probably see DeVito here. I'm leaning you'll see DeVito here for this drive, but maybe not. Maybe Daniel gets one more drive.
Oh, a little crane kick. Well, he didn't quite kick it.
And Keith says, salute my guys. Appreciate rather the play-by-play. Can't catch it down here in Virginia. We see the flashes with DJ, but in year 6 flashes. At the end of the day, Keith, he's my guy. He's my quarterback. As long as he's the Giants, he's my favorite quarterback in the league. Whoever the Giants starting quarterback is, that's just who I am. I'm a Giants fan through and through. But listen, the truth of the matter is most quarterbacks in the league show flashes. Okay, most quarterbacks are capable of showing flashes. The good ones are more consistent, and Jones was consistent in 2022. It's why Bad Dog and me, we backed him that year. He didn't have a whole lot of help. I think he had a good year, a very good year. But outside of that, the flashes have been way too infrequent. And hopefully this year we see more, and we'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah,
but not promising based off his preseason performance.
Yeah, no, that wasn't. Those first 2 drives those 2 interceptions were bad for different reasons. For different reasons. The one in the end zone is inexcusable. Listen, every quarterback makes a bad throw now and again. And I know, you're sticking up for Daniel Jones. They do. It was just a bad throw. But that one in the end zone, like that can't happen. That you can't go back there, have 2.5 seconds to throw, stare down a guy 3 yards away, get hit, and then throw it off your back foot blind just to a spot. Like you can't do that. You gotta see that play's not there. I'm gonna roll out and get out of the pocket once it breaks down and chuck the ball away. Like that's what he needed to do. So I don't know. He's not a young player anymore. It's year 6. He should know that was a really bad play. The interception again, when he was looking for Hyatt, it's just not a good throw, but I can almost live with that type of interception, but that one in the end zone, that especially when it costs you 7 points, you can't do that. Like that. Those are backbreakers.
Yeah.
That can happen,
We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens.
Let's see who's in here right now.
3:48 to go here in the second. We'll see another kickoff with the new kickoff rules for the Giants.
Yeah.
McKenzie's actually been pretty good. I think he's gotten 2 back to the 30, 31.
Now, I don't really know what Simmons did in Arizona because obviously I didn't watch Arizona football. But I don't know if he was a nickel back there. I thought he was just a linebacker. I don't know that he ever played nickelback. So this is new.
Kicks away. McKenzie's going to take this out from the 3, and this time he's going to fall short of the 25. Giants will start with it at the 23. 3:43 to go. As Zach says, let's go. What's up, Zach, man? Good to see you. Thank you for being a member. How do you feel about this guy? I'm almost like, I almost don't even notice the difference now anymore with the kickoff. I feel like I'm getting used to it already.
It's almost the same thing, pretty much.
It'll be more frequent that they run it back.
Right.
So I think it's a good rule change. 3:40.
Jones is back out there.
Jones is back out there, so they'll stick to the initial plan, let him play a half. Jones under center, play action, bootleg. He's going to throw to Neighbors. Neighbors makes his second catch as he's pushed out of bounds for a gain of about 3.
Yeah. So
2nd and 7.
Again, you definitely want to see these guys build some rapport together because this League Neighbors is going to be a big part of what we do. Why didn't Wanda Robinson play today?
Yeah, he didn't play. Maybe he's a little dinged up. He didn't
Maybe.
play.
Like I didn't see him out there at all.
They got Neighbors in the slot now. I like them moving him around a bit.
I would tie it on the right side outside.
Jones out of the gun. He's going to give to Singletary, who gets 2. He's looked impressive today. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
And we have a whistle. Light whistler. I guess nothing happened.
And Raphael says, which is it? Jones purposely throws to covered receivers, or Dable still can't scheme receivers open. Well, Raphael, to be fair, it's preseason. Dable's not going to show you the whole. It's going to be very vanilla. So I'm not stunned that we don't see wide receivers running wide open in preseason games.
Well, I mean, Hyatt was open, and Neighbors was open.
Jones takes the snap, throws over the middle, and there's Wan'Dale as he goes.
He is out there. I didn't see him at all today, and there he is.
Yeah, he goes up to the 40, so there's a good gain and a good throw there by Jones.
Right on cue.
There's been some receivers open, but yeah, they're gonna show you a very basic playbook today, the Giants.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, this kid, Chris, the Wan'Dale Robinson's the guy that I could really see stepping up.
Love this kid.
Neighbors was open right there, too, by the way. So they're open. I mean, but the quarterback only has a limited time before he can locate the guy. Jones has to just do a better job of going through it faster. And I don't know that he can. It's year 6. I don't know that he can do that. It's always been my biggest question about Jones. I've said it a million times, man, is he just don't process fast. And physically, man, it's all there. It's all there. He's tall. He's mobile. He has a better arm than people give him credit for. He's just indecisive. And that is the killer about Jones. But that's why he drives me insane, because there's physical talent there. But there's also, I can't do the physical talent fast enough. So,
well, that's a big part of being a quarterback.
I know. It's like I said, he's.
Let's hope he has a good year, man. That's all there is to it.
That's all you can hope for
this year, whether you like it or whether you don't. So,
yep.
Let's hope he has a good year, man.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yippers.
Let's have another good drive and the half on another positive note. Good start to the drive. Yep. Good to see Wan'Dale get some exposure here.
Yeah, I like Wan'Dale a lot. I think Wan'Dale's the guy that could really step it up without question. You know, I do. I think that with Hyatt and Neighbors, I definitely think Wan'Dale is poised to have a good season. I could see Wan'Dale having 1,000 yards. I mean, I really feel like Wan'Dale could have a breakout year. And I remember when Wan'Dale Robinson was drafted, a lot of people hated that pick. I remember you and I doing the draft, just kind of scratching our head like that was interesting, but we didn't we didn't kill the pick because we didn't really know what Joe Shane wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, like, can we at least see what he wants to build before, like, oh, this was a terrible pick? But you see Wan'Dale coming on, man. And he's
the biggest question mark I had with the pick, and we obviously found out the reason about 2 months later, was he was similar in terms of skill set to Kadarius Toney. So you're like, but like you said, well, that played out. They traded Kadarius Toney, so that's why.
Yeah.
James says, I missed the running DJ from the past, that playoff run. Well, you're going to see running DJ, James. He's still going to run. I mean, he ran today. He should have slid.
We traded one rapper for another, and they're both out of the league now.
But you'll see running DJ this year. That's a big part of his arsenal. Just hopefully he can stay on the field.
Worst singer, Waller or Kadarius Toney?
Oh, wow.
Kadarius Toney's worse.
It's got to be Toney, right? Waller's song was not good, but I could at least listen to the end of it.
Waller's song was an earworm, though. When I first heard that damn thing, I even did a short on it, like a son of a bitch. Like, that got stuck in my head for like a day. It did. I'm like, this is so bad, but it's like, it was catchy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what the hell Kadarius Toney was talking about.
As Hunter Face says, Wan'Dale going to be the king of yak. What Golden Tate should have been. I love him. I love him. And there's a handoff to Motor. Nowhere to go. They'll lose a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11 as Houston does a good job sniffing that carry out.
Yeah, that's the first time the Giants have lost yards in a run today, I think.
So you got to start throwing the ball here. They got 2 timeouts. Plenty of time, but there's a big play here. 2nd and 10. They actually gave him the line of scrimmage back.
Wow. A generous spot. And look at where Fox's line is, Chris.
Yeah, they saw.
1 yard behind the ball.
Jones out of the gun, and Jones just got rid of that one. And it'll bring up 3rd and long with 1:33 to go.
Twitter going to go haywire with that one, as well as he just overthrows Singletary in the flat.
I think he was just getting rid of that. But maybe I'm wrong.
He might have been. His pressure came there at the end, so
it was covered. 3rd and 10. Giants will break the huddle.
I just saw him look out there the whole time. I didn't see him look to the left side of the field at all there.
Yeah. Here's Jones, 3 wide. Singletary to his right, takes the snap, play action, drops back, scanning, planning, throwing, caught, up to the 44 of Houston and a 16-yard pickup on 3rd and long. And Malik Neighbors makes his 3rd catch of the day.
And I'll tell you, Chris, again, this offensive line, if I'm going to take anything away from this game, no matter how it plays out, no matter what Jones looked like the first 2 drives, this O-line has been encouraging.
O-line's been good. O-line's been good. Jones out of the gun from the 44. It looks like a free play. Jones going to take advantage of it, and it's dropped.
That's tough. That's tough, though. I mean, listen, I'm not going to make an excuse. You got to catch it. I get it. But when you're running and you turn around and that sun was right in his eyes, I'm going to give him a little bit of a break there because you're running, the sun's behind you, turn around, and it had to be right in his eyes, and the ball was right on him.
Yeah.
So
if the sun's a factor for us,
it's on the Giants anyways. A false start, so it wouldn't matter.
Why
did they allow that play to happen then?
What are you doing?
That's a bad job by the officials. That should have never happened. They should have whistled that dead immediately. This should have, if it's a false start, plays dead.
So it'll be 1st and 15. Jones takes the snap, drops back. Look at the action by Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas, man, that dude just sat back and said, come and get it. He was a brick wall on that play. 51 seconds to go here in the second. That's a pick.
Another connection to Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
And again, just because Slayton doesn't start doesn't mean Slayton's not going to get time. I think you're going to see a lot of different wide receiver sets with the Giants.
2nd and 4. Jones looks right, throws. Roll! Malik Neighbors goes up and makes the catch.
Oh, my God. What a catch by Neighbors. Skying high and high pointing the ball, coming down, a little toe tap in bounds. Beautiful adjustment to the ball. Oh, he's special.
Oh, Malik Neighbors looked like he was jumping off a trampoline to make that catch.
He's special, bro. He's special.
1st and 10, 34 seconds to go as Neighbors makes a leaping grab on the right sideline. Giants in the red zone.
He's special. What a catch. What a catch. What a catch, bro.
Jones out of the gun from the 17. Giants got themselves a toy. 3 wide set. Jones drops back, looks right, throws right. Oh, a one-handed snag by Hyatt. Was he in bounds?
That was incredible. I think they are going to rule him in bounds. I thought I saw the official doing this.
I think they're going to call it a catch. That's a 13-yard pickup if they do, down to the 3.
Wow. What an adjustment by Jalen Hyatt. Look at this.
I think he's out.
I don't know where that 1 foot is. Houston can't. Right, the booth would have to review it.
Yeah, now they're going to review it. I think he was out.
That was a hell of a catch.
Yeah.
It was tough to tell. That left foot is the one, or the right foot, rather.
He's out. He's out.
It depends on when he got control of the football.
Yeah. Well, if that last foot, if that has to be the second foot, he's out.
Yeah. It's tough to tell. Yeah, that foot's out, but was the first one down when he caught the ball?
Yeah. And Jason says, besides the first pick, I think Daniels looked fine. The second pick was bad, too. The second pick was underthrown. Everyone needs to relax. Oh, but yeah, the first pick was egregious.
The first pick was terrible.
Yeah.
Like I said, the second interception, I don't like it, but I can live with that.
Quarterbacks make that throw. It happens, but the first pick was awful.
Yeah, it was bad.
2nd and 10 from the 17, so they do rule it incomplete, but a great effort by Hyatt. Jones drops back out of the gun. That's caught over the, well, not over the middle, but a check down to Slayton as they get about 3 or 4. Giants are going to use a timeout. Yep.
Slayton's looked really good on this drive. Slayton's looked good since he came into the game. But you've seen this. So Slayton with a deep play, Slayton with a good catch. He's been open. You saw Wandale get a nice reception over the middle. You've seen an incredible catch by Malik Neighbors. And you saw an incredible catch, even though he's out of bounds, by Jalen Hyatt. You've seen the wide receivers really show up on this drive, which is why, as a Giants fan, you could be excited about the wide receiver room. And again, the line is just I'm impressed with the offensive line more than anything in this game. If our offensive line can just be,
dude,
then it's going to be on Daniel Jones. It's going to be on him.
Malik Neighbors is special.
Yeah,
that is the only word you could use to describe that dude.
Yeah,
he is special.
He's a player.
So here we go. Giants will have it here. 3rd down from the 13, 3rd and 6, 27 seconds to go in the half. Jones looks, throws. It was a little bit behind Gray. incomplete. So Giants are going to have to set. Well, we'll see. It's preseason. Maybe they go for it.
Yeah. He might. I mean, it's the end of the half. You got one more play with your starters. We saw the Texans go for it. This is not a good throw by Jones. He got great turn around.
If he leads him, Gray gets rocked too. He probably just shouldn't have thrown to him because the linebacker had, like a heat missile. He was about to hit him.
Right. But
should have looked elsewhere.
I guess they're going to.
They're going to settle. So Gano will come in, usually automatic. Snap, hold, kick is good. Giants will cut it to 4, 14-10. So at least some positivity for the offense here to close out the half. They get a touchdown drive and a nice long throw to Slayton, and then a pretty successful drive there in the 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
And Donk says, "Hey, Bad Dog Attain, it's good to be back. What do we think about Daniel Jones so far?" I mean,
about him every year. He drives me crazy.
It's preseason, so I'm going to try to, not get too high or low based off the good and bad we saw today. But we saw some really bad, and we saw some pretty good. I mean, but yeah, let's hope
typical Jones fashion. We saw some really bad, and we saw some pretty good.
Yeah,
typical Jones.
Let's hope it looks better in the regular season because we can't see really bad in the regular season.
No.
Gowie said, "What a catch by Neighbors, dude!"
Yeah, it was awesome.
This guy, Jones has never had a receiver that could do that.
No, that's a fact.
Never. And Gowie says, "What's up, guys? Not able to watch on YouTube TV in upstate New York, but seen many clips. Seems DJ taking flack like always. Rightfully so for a couple of throws he made, but good to see that he ended the half here. Hopefully builds a little bit of confidence. His first game back since the injury. So
the flack was well deserved, especially with the first interception.
Well deserved.
Gowies, you don't have cable TV. It's on my 4 in upstate New York. I mean, I don't know if you having YouTube TV means you don't have any cable at all, but it's on my 4 in New York. Upstate.
And the realtor says, "How many back shoulder throws on this drive?" A lot. A lot. The back shoulder throw is the best. If it's executed properly, it's the best throw.
It's almost indefensible.
Indefensible, yeah. And the Texans will take the touchback as the Giants are able to kick it into the end zone. So they'll start with the 25. We'll probably get a handoff and we'll go into the half.
Yeah. Or they'll just down it. Yes, we'll go into the half, trailing 14-10.
So Neighbors definitely one of the biggest positives to take out of that half. Definitely saw some exciting things from him. Slayton made a couple of nice catches, including that 150-yarder. Like you said, the offensive line looked good overall, which is really the most important thing, I think, going into this game.
Yeah.
You wanted to see how the line would look, and they looked they didn't look horrible, which we've become far too accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
And they will call a draw play, see if they can break a big one. If not, just let it run out, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to pick up 5, and actually there's a flag, of course. How many flags has there been in this first half? It's been insane.
Yeah, well, again, it's preseason. It seems like we get a lot of flags on these kickoff returns because they are new to everybody. So it seems like they have to get used to the kickoffs.
So the Texans will, I'm assuming, kneel it now, obviously, at 1st and 20.
Yeah, they're not.
And we'll go into the half.
They're going to huddle up, which is surprising.
It looks like they're actually going to hand it off because they're not in a victory formation. Keenan will take the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to give. Cuts it back up the middle, and he tumbles forward for 4.5 as Okereke was able to lay the wood, and that'll take us to the half.
Yeah. So Giants offense looked really bad the first couple of drives, but some positives to take out of that. The second, the touchdown drive and whatever, you can say it's against the backups. It doesn't really matter. They can only play who they can play. But the wide receivers, I felt like they looked pretty damn good. All 4 of them had nice,
Yeah, even though he was out of bounds, great catch. Our wide receiving core is the best we've had since Odell was on the team,
without question.
Yeah, so
a lot of versatility there. It's just a matter of the quarterback getting to look at all of them. You know what I mean?
and seeing if the line can hold up when the games start to count. But I'm excited about the weapons for sure. Definitely the best weapons I think Jones has had since he's been a Giant. Neighbors looks by far the most talented wide receiver he's ever had.
Jones ain't had a guy like that. There's
not even close.
How many quarterbacks do have a guy like that?
Yeah, he's special. He's special. Let's see. I think the team looks good outside of Jones, Diet Ghost. We'll see. I mean, we'll see come week 1. That's when we're going to really see what this team looks like.
Yep.
Like last year preseason, we looked pretty good. And what did that mean? So
exactly.
We'll find out.
Yep. But yeah, Jones had a rough half. I mean, you can't, like I said, that interception, the pick six was terrible. It was inexcusable. The pass to Height was not a good one. But again, it's one that you can live with. A great quarterback makes that throw. Pro Bowl quarterback makes that throw. Daniel Jones didn't. You hope in the regular season he does. But I do look at, again, I felt like Singletary ran the ball pretty effectively. The line played very well when the Texans starters were in there. They gave Jones time to throw. We didn't see Jones getting blasted every time he let go of the ball. I don't think the Giants had one negative running play. I know they got back to the line of scrimmage a couple of times. I don't think they lost yards in a running play. And this is without John Runyon. Those are the positives to take out. Yeah, I think the negative to take out was Daniel Jones. His first couple of drives, he looked rusty and he looked bad. Defense, the secondary definitely there's some questions, and
there's going to be this year. I mean, we know that's that's a questionable unit going in.
Yeah,
but Giants trail by 4. Some good, some bad. Obviously, the bads were really bad, but hopefully the Giants are just getting warmed up for the regular season, and we see a more finished product in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Peter says, "What are your thoughts on Jacob Johnson signing? I really like it." I mean, I don't know a ton about him. I know he's a fullback / tight end. Obviously, I don't expect him to be a starter. He's probably going to be buried on the depth chart. He's an international guy, if I'm not mistaken. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's an international guy. But, maybe a guy that could contribute on special teams. But, not projected to be a starter, I don't think.
I like Howard Cross's shirt. I think it's sure Howard Cross.
Yeah.
I like that.
But thank you for being a member, Chris, man. I appreciate it.
And then, it's always funny. Illuminor, our guy, hey, L Bats, listen, man, you got a problem. If you got a problem with me, you got a problem with the entertainer, you got to talk to L Bats.
This is
Illuminor started it.
I love fans like this. He says 6 years in and you're still leaning on hopes. I hope you all get right and stop contributing to mediocre fandom mentality. What are we supposed to do? Like at the end of the day, I'm a fan. I refuse to be like you, Athens, if you're saying that we're wrong for feeling the way that we do. I'm not going to go into a year absolutely hopeless. I'm going to try to maintain some, be in the middle and not say we're going to be a Super Bowl threat because that's ridiculous and unrealistic. But listen, you could fan the way you want. I don't think being a fan of a team and hoping that things are going to go well that year and waiting to see how the year plays out is a bad way to fan. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go into the year and just being this ultra negative person. It's not me. It's not who I'm going to be.
I'm not going to be that way either.
Play like shit in the regular season before I really come down on them.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and throw the season away in August. I think it's ridiculous. I think that fandom mentality is bullshit, if I'm being completely honest. But if that makes you happy to be like that, be like that. I don't really care how people fan. It doesn't matter to me. If you're rooting for the demise of the Giants, so you hope Daniel Jones is gone and want to root against them, go ahead. I think it's stupid personally to give up on a season in freaking August. But some people are the way they are. And normally that's, Carl Banks mentioned before, that's kind of a losing mentality, not just in sports, but in life when you're like that. So I'm sure your life is great. I'm sure you make everybody happy when you leave a room. We'll just leave it that way.
Yeah. But
everybody likes when you leave the room.
I don't think fans being hopeful and rooting for the best for the team has any impact, good or bad, on the team. At the end of the day, that's on the general manager, that's on the head coach, that's on the medical staff, that's on the players. I'm going to root the way I want to root, and you can root the way you want to root.
So when a team is bad, are you just supposed to, like, not just the Giants, but so why would you be a fan then? Like, what's the point? What would be the point of being a fan?
Yeah.
I don't understand. What's the point if you already have that mentality, that loser mentality? We got to keep losing, or this is unacceptable. Do you think we're happy about losing? Are you new here? Have you not seen the way we react when they play like shit? Chris and I have been doing this for 7 years now. So yeah.
And Gavin says, Jones had a bad first quarter, better second quarter. O-line looks improved. Knock off the rust. I'm okay with it. Listen, at the end of the day, we only had one major injury. Hopefully, he's back on the field sooner than later. Micah McFadden went down, obviously a projected starting middle linebacker. Outside of that, no key injuries. That's always a big thing you look for in the preseason. The offensive line, albeit, probably went up against mainly second teamers, so I'm not going to go crazy, but the offensive line looked somewhat encouraging. Weirwood says only positive is DJ is not playing the next two quarters. And Jason says, this is not for you two, but last week we beat the Lions and people said it didn't matter. Now we have some bad plays. Now our team sucks. Which is it?
That's the way it goes, Jason. That's the way it goes.
At the end of the day, we're all fans. We're dying for football to be back. You're going to have some fans that, I understand it. I don't want to completely dismiss preseason. I'm not saying it's not important at all, but, some people are going to read more into preseason than others. I'm a person that doesn't take much out of preseason, good or bad. The most
want to get out of it healthy, but but I think what he was alluding to is like people don't want to give the Giants credit. If they win, it's just preseason. And if they lose a preseason, they suck. That's kind of like the guy saying we contributed. I don't even know what the hell is mediocre fan. What the hell is that? Rooting for your team every week to win every game and rooting your heart out and taking 3.5 hours out of your day. And then when you're a content creator, taking literally 15 to 20 hours a week to cover a team. If that's mediocre fandom, I'd hate to see what people that really aren't fans of the team. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. And Nate says, DJ did not look good, but Locke and Tommy won't be better. Let's see what the season brings, and then we can talk about quarterback anyways. Love Motor. Motors look great. Yeah, Nate, at the end of the day, obviously it's more likely than not. We've seen now 5 years of Daniel Jones. He's probably not going to be an elite quarterback. I think that's just the reality of the situation. Correct. But he has a higher ceiling than a Tommy DeVito. So you have to hope that he stays healthy this year and he plays up to the best of his abilities. And hopefully the Giants can surprise some people and win more games than people anticipate. That's where I stand. If Daniel Jones could do for me what he did in 2022 and the team could stay healthy and we could create more big plays because of the addition of a guy like Malik Neighbors, I think the Giants could surprise some people this year. I think we could have a good year. I'm not saying a great year, a good year, especially with the strength of the pass rush. But can Jones do that? We'll see. He's only done it once where he stayed healthy an entire year, where he did a great job taking care of the football. He had the lowest interception percentage in football that year. Can he do it? We'll see. We'll find out. Obviously, people are going to have doubts, and I can't blame him for having those doubts. History says that it's more likely than not he will not be successful.
Right. I'm just looking to see if there's any update on McFadden. It really doesn't. I know Pat Leonard said this was when he first went down that he was questionable to return. I don't know how you get questionable designation in preseason when you get carted off, but that was what he said. But then obviously he was ruled out. But there's no update on the severity of the hip injury. So,
yeah. And Davey says some fans seem to think the goal of a football season is to have a high draft pick. Well, I think it becomes ingrained in you when you get beat down year after year after year after year. And unfortunately, the reality of the situation is, Davey, more often than not over the last 8, 9, 10 years, by midseason, it's what we've had to look forward to. And I think it becomes – but at the end of the day, we've been picking at the top of the draft more often than not, and we haven't gotten out of the mud. So you also got to start winning some football games and building a winning culture. So hopefully that starts this year, man. Hopefully we start to turn the corner.
Yeah, you got to. The Lions went through it for years.
Yeah,
where they were drafting at the top of the board every year, and they sucked and sucked and sucked and sucked. And then they get a guy like Dan Campbell in there, and everything, their offensive line gets a lot better, and they just learn a different football mentality, and they start winning football games. At the end of the day, you want to be picking at the back end of the draft. The Ravens pick back there every year, and the Ravens are competitive every year. Having a high draft pick doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win football games. It just doesn't. The Browns suffered for years with that. There's a lot of teams that go through that where they picked at the top of the draft for many years, and they're really, really bad. But I think, Davey, I don't even know if it's that. I think a lot of fans want to pick at the top of the draft because they just want Daniel Jones out of here. Right? I think that's what it is. I think it's just more so, but that's the thing. So it just let's, for argument's sake, say the Giants are 3-14, 4-13, and they're picking second, and they take, I'll just use Cam Ward because I like Cam Ward. They take whatever quarterback you want to insert there. Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders, Carson Beck, whoever you want to insert there. Say they take that guy and he's not good. It's happened more often than not. A lot of times these quarterbacks
probably a 75% chance he's not.
And they fail. So say they do that. Say they come in, you get another quarterback, and he's bad. Then what happens? Then what happens? Then we're going to go through this thing. We got to tank again. We got to tank and get another quarterback.
Then Shane and Dave will get fired.
Right. But I'm saying, but what's the thought process of the fan base that wants to tank immediately at that point? I mean, if you do get another quarterback and he's not good, are we going to go through this whole thing again?
Listen, one of two things are going to happen. The Giants are going to far exceed expectations. They're going to make the playoffs. Daniel Jones is going to play well, and he's going to get another year. Or the team is going to not do well, and Jones is gone. This year, it's much like 2022, where there was a clear out for Daniel Jones.
Yes.
We didn't sign him on the 5th-year extension. He's surprised. The team's surprised. We made the playoffs. We won a game. He got to stick around. We saved $20 million if we move on from Daniel Jones at the end of the year. So the financial incentive is there. Yep. If the Giants do not exceed expectations this year, you're going to have a new quarterback. And I'll worry about that in the offseason. I'm hoping the Giants play well. I'm a fan at the end of the day. I'm not going to root for the team to do bad just because I want a quarterback. I'm not going to do it.
Chris, I just figured out what they're doing in the booth, like that camera angle. I think the blimp is in there. I think that's the blimp.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Right? It's just hanging over their head. It's the blimp cam.
It's gotta be. It's like I have to think there's some kind of issue with the camera that they typically use. Like, why would you go to that angle? It looks so. I've never seen that angle before as like the main angle. It's the only angle they've used.
Yeah. There's Drew Lock. So he is suited up today.
Yeah, he is. So maybe he will play.
Well, I would imagine if he's suited up, he is going to play.
Yeah.
I know that Dable said he wasn't going to go out there and sign a guy because they figured neighbors. Locke was going to come back in a couple of weeks, and there was no reason to go out there and get another quarterback for a couple of weeks. Like the best guy that was out there is Ryan Tannehill, and he's not coming unless he is definitely the backup. Like so. We'll see who starts the second half.
Here we go.
It ain't bearded Jones.
Yeah, Jones. Well, yeah, we knew Jones wasn't playing the second half.
No, I know. It's,
I'm talking to the chat. But yeah, he's he's definitely done. Gano's going to kick it away. Texans are going to start with it, and we'll see if the Giants' second team defense can hold them, and the Giants can start 2-0 in the preseason.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot of the kid from Hawaii, Musau, and I like him, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And see if we can have one of these without a penalty.
Back, and they called
it. Block in the back, yeah.
So this is coming back as the Texans return it out to the Giants 40, but it's meaningless.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Let's see if we can have one without a flag. There's definitely a flag. Texans will probably start around their own 10-yard line.
So good to see that the referees are calling some of the flags that we call.
That was a blatant call.
Yeah, so
that was blatant.
Once again, another flag, by the way. Insane the amount of flags.
On every kickoff.
Which I guess makes sense with the new kickoff rules. The players are still getting adjusted. So I guess it kind of makes sense.
When you do this, when you're a defender or whatever, and you do this, you know you committed a foul. I didn't touch him. Not me.
So here we go, 14:51 to go here in the third. Texans.
I like that shirt. Power Cross is wearing. I like that.
It is a nice shirt. You weren't lying. That is a nice shirt.
Nice shirt.
So the Texans have it here from the 10. They'll come out of the gun. 2-back set. They'll take the snap, drops back. Giants come with 4. Keenum has time. Throws caught over the middle by Mechie, who's been very active as he's going to tumble forward for 11 and a first down. And there's another flag. Potentially bring it back.
Ojulari's still out there. Mechie's look good in this game.
Oh, no, it's on the Giants. It's going to be, I think it's a roughing the passer, so it's going to be 15 yards on top of it.
Probably hit him in the hip face. Dable hates that.
Was that Davidson?
I think so.
Yeah, DJ Davidson gets hit with the.
Let's see if it was just.
He pushed him a little bit, I guess. I guess.
The equivalent of a flop in the NBA.
Yeah, I guess. 14:30 to go here in the third. Texans will have it here at the 36 after the penalty. Man in motion is Mechie. They're going to turn. They're going to pitch off the right side. And the Giants are not able to seal the edge. Aziz did a poor job on that play. As they get it out.
Really bad. He did do a really bad job there of being unable to shed that block.
Yeah. So it'll be 2nd and 4. And Brian says, if there is not a quarterback in the draft that you like, you can always look. Well, they will. I mean, if they want to move, they're going to save the $20 million if Jones stinks this year. He's going to be replaced, whether it be in the draft or free agency or trade. He'll be replaced.
Right.
I mean, hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he's good. But in that scenario, he'll be replaced.
Without question.
And a couple of changes here. Looks like a minor injury.
McLeod,
I don't know who that
was.
Is it McLeod? Yeah.
No, that's who is that? That's something. I saw 44 go off the field, but I don't think he was hurt. I just think he went off the field.
Shotgun formation here for the Texans. 2nd and 3 from the 43. They'll take the snap, empty backfield. Look, scans over the middle, and the Giants finally get some pressure.
That's intentional grounding. I never even got back to the line of scrimmage.
That was old.
That's intentional grounding. He didn't get. There's Ojulari. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. That's intentional grounding. It didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. It's intentional grounding. It doesn't matter if he's out of the pocket. If the ball don't get back to the line of scrimmage, it's supposed to. He's not out of the pocket anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think he was out of the pocket.
That's intentional grounding.
The only question here was there were a receiver in sight, and I don't think there was. And yes, it's going to be a flag.
Yeah, come on, man. It never got back to the line. Got to get to the line of scrimmage. So Ojulari, we talked about it. He did a bad job on that run, but he's a really good pass rusher. And they moved him to defensive tackle. He maybe plays that Justin Tuck role where he's all over the field. But when he has been
not there that time.
When he's been healthy, he's been pretty good at times.
3rd and 13 for Keenum. Takes the snap, drops back, has time, steps up. He's going to check it down. Incomplete. And the Texans will have to punt. Giants will get the ball.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Darian Beaver's out there, Chris. A Darian Beaver sighting.
Yeah.
So we'll get the ball back.
13:49 to go here in the third.
Yep.
Giants will field the punt. Is this probably their second punt? I feel like we haven't had a lot of punts for Houston.
No, I don't think we have.
They had a turnover on down.
A couple of good drives. They scored a touchdown. They got to the 6 and didn't score a touchdown. And then the half.
Punts away. McKenzie fields it at the 22. And pretty good return there as he gets it back to the 34. Giants will start there.
Right through the sun field he went.
Yeah.
Ran through the sun and got tackled. Caught in the shade, got tackled in the shade. And
right around that area in the field, it is really bad, the sun. That could have been an injury. My God, he tumbled right into the back of his leg.
Yeah. Well, he was limping off a little bit, but it could have been a lot worse.
So we go to another commercial break as the Giants trail by 4 with the ball.
Yep. All right. Tommy Cutlass time. And Tommy said he can't do this anymore. He was mic'd up. He said he's not doing this no more.
Oh,
he's
really?
Do something different. Yeah, because Banks asked him about it. He's like, I got to come up with something different. No more.
Why? Why would he not do it anymore? That's his thing.
I don't know. Maybe he's going to get one of these. That's what he should do right there.
And
one of these. It's an Italian thing. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Maybe you should do this. Flip the dough up in the air. You should flip the dough up in the air. Why not?
Yeah.
Right.
Making a pizza.
Right.
Does that count? I don't know, Apollo. Did that count? I'm not sure if that counted as a sack for Ojulari. I'm not sure. At the end of the day, it won't count as a sack when the season starts, but I'm not sure if that counted as a sack.
I don't think it does. Maybe it does.
Yeah.
Intentional grounding is a penalty, so usually a play is it's a loss of down and like a 10-yard penalty, or maybe it's a line of scrimmage penalty. Don't know. Football Saturday, though, man.
He needs to look into the camera and make a De Niro face. What's it? Is this the? Is that? I don't even know what the De Niro face is. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Maybe that's the De Niro. I feel like that's the De Niro face, perhaps. Maybe I'm doing a bad impression of it, but it looks like almost like a frowning face, I think, is the De Niro. You talking to me?
You talking to me? I don't see anybody here.
He's such a, I mean, dude, some of his older movies are so good.
Yeah, he was
So good.
He was one of my favorites without question, man.
Yeah.
He's in some of my favorite movies. I mean, definitely Casino and Goodfellas are the first two that come to mind.
Oh, he squints his eyes. That's right. He squints his eyes in front of you.
Taxi Driver was really good.
Taxi Driver is epic. Epic.
Yeah, great. There is Tommy D. And then if I one of his underrated movies, it's not really a good movie, but I love it, is The Fan.
It's a fun movie with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, I really like that. I just like him being a psychotic, crazy bastard. That's where I got. That's when Bobby Woodruff were coming. That's where I got Bobby, because that's where I get it from, that movie.
And here's DeVito, the Italian stallion, checks into the game for the Giants from his own 34. He's going to take. He's going to hand, and Gray's going to tumble forward for 2. That'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
And JC says DJ off target, try high or short throws. He wasn't his best performance.
He wasn't sharp.
To put it nicely, it wasn't his best performance today.
Yeah.
And Roderick says, "Sup, peeps? Is Darian Beaver's middle name Gray?"
Yeah, it is. I got the legendary R square. Yes, it is Gray.
And DeVito with the play action drops back. He's going to check it down to Gray. Speaking of, as he spins out of a tackle, he picks up 3, maybe 4. It'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
So Eric Gray getting the second team reps right now. So right now he looks like he would be RB2. Now, of course, Tracy had the injury. So
I was going to say, I think he's dinged up.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, I expect Gray to get the first crack as the 2.
But I'm sure in the fourth quarter we will get a look at Dante Miller.
Yes. Here's DeVito from his own 40, 4 wide, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. DeVito takes the snap, looks right, throws. That's caught by Gray out of the backfield. They've used him a lot in the passing game.
And that's one thing that all of our running backs can catch. Well, I don't know about Miller, but Tracy was a wide receiver at Purdue, and of course he transferred to moved to running back. But Gray can catch out of the backfield. Singletary can catch out of the backfield. That's something Dable does like to do, is incorporate the running backs into the passing game.
Yeah, it's basically an extension of the run game.
Yep.
1st and 10, 12:04 to go here in the third, as the Giants needed 4. They got 5. As Pete says, "What's up, guys? Good to see you, Pete, man. Hope you're doing well. Glad to be with you here. Hopefully the last for poor DJ. I feel sorry for him at this point. Yeah. If he's not good this year, I think it will be his last. But Pete, it's good to see you, man. DeVito takes the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to give Gray with a nice little cutback as he spins forward for 3. By the way, I know you're a huge movie guy, Pete. We always talk movies when you come into my streams. I saw the new Alien movie yesterday. It was good. I liked it. Best Alien movie I've seen since the original 2.
I can tell you this. I am not a movie guy. Somebody asked me about the movies. If I seen a Deadpool or something, and I'm like, no, I'm not a movie guy. I'm like Chris, the movie guy. The last movie I saw was Super Mario Brothers. That's because it was my kid's birthday. I went to see it. And then before that, I couldn't even tell you. I think it was Paw Patrol. Because again, I went to with my kid when he was like 2.
I formation here for the Giants from the 47, and he's going to give. He gets a yard. It looks like he stepped on Kelly's neck, who's the running back in right now for the Giants. He got a yard. It'll be 3rd and 5 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, Kelly did a good job just to get a yard out of that. Oh God, Josh Azuto's in there. There's Theo Johnson.
Theo Johnson. He made his first catch, and he had a nice block on the Malik Neighbors run.
He's got good hair. You know me, I don't have any hair, so I always appreciate the guys with the good moss.
Shotgun formation for DeVito. It'll be a 3rd and 6 from the Giants 49. Trips to the right. As DeVito takes the snap, looks and incomplete as that was low.
Yeah, DeVito threw a slider in the dirt on that one.
Allen Robinson.
He threw a slider right in the dirt.
No Mets, no Nets, and no Jets says, wow, best aliens since the first 2 Aliens, of course, was the sequel. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think the other Aliens have been very good. The 3rd one was really bad. The 4th one was okay. Prometheus was pretty good. I think this was better than Prometheus. So, yes, I think it was the best one since the first 2. And the punts away. 10:22 to go. Texans are called for the fair catch at the 8, 10-19 to go here in the third. They'll set up shop.
Punt by Gillum there, because we talk about how he has a hard time pinning the guys deep. That was a good punt. A lot of Giants fans there. That hat's seen some work. Like mine has got the gym residue in it, because I worked at the gym sometime. You can see the.
I like when you see the baseball players that wear the hats for like 3 years straight. You always
That's
see
what I do. I literally wear my hats till I just.
Yeah.
This is really like I had that rock hat, that Project Rock hat, and it was laying down here, and I just looked at that. I'm like, I gotta get rid of it. I'm like, this is just, it's done. It's just gross. I'm like, it's filthy. Like there's just sweat lines, and it's just all salt, and like I said, it's all greasy. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta get rid of that. That's done.
And Ryder says, so we're here because we don't have it. A lot of people are. Yeah. We have a community on here. If you ever want to come by, we do the play-by-play every game. A lot of people watch it and they listen to our play-by-play, as we call it. But yeah, we just have fun here, man. And hopefully you enjoy the game. We do. Devontae Jones says 3 interceptions for Danny Pennies. Don't even show up to, 2, but should have been 3. Let's see. And he says, don't show up to Superfans. Saquon touchdown versus the Giants will hit like crack.
Yeah, because I'm scared of what Eagle fans are going to say. Don't show up. Jones threw 2 interceptions. Don't even show up. Yeah. I've been showing up. Remember, I'm the one that created that shit. So, yeah, I'll show up. And the Giants have been garbage since I pretty much been doing this on YouTube. So, yeah, I'll be there. I don't give a shit if we don't win one game. You're not shutting me up. I will totally demolish Eagle fans. I don't care how many games we win or don't win. You're still trying to cope from that 27-10 ass whooping we made on your ass last year when you guys were like, oh, throw in the flag, I tap out. And your quarterback called our defensive coordinator up. He was crying, Rick, what did you do to me? Rick, I need help. And then you went out and you got your ass railed by the Buccaneers in the postseason. Worry about your own busted ass, overrated team, your Pizza Hut eating head coach. Go worry about them. Don't worry about me. I'm going to be here. It's going to take a lot more than 2 Daniel Jones interceptions to stop me, brother. It don't happen.
1st and 10 here for the Texans, starting at their own 9. We'll see if the Giants can get some pressure on this drive. They'll take the snap. Giants get good pressure off the edge. They sent the corner blitz that time, and it was good timing to send it. 2nd and 10. As Nomad says, Jim Ressi on a hat is a residue on
Jim
a hat.
Residue. It was just so bad. Like I'm like, I can't wear this. Because those are thin. So when you sweat through those, I mean, it's just, it got beat up pretty bad, pretty fast. All
right, 2nd and 9 here, 9:49 to go here in the third. See what Shane Bowen could do here. Shotgun formation here for the Texans.
Yeah.
Keenum out of the gun, takes the snap. They're going to hand as huge hole off the edge.
Yeah,
he is still going. What a job. Who the hell is that? What a job by the Giants defensive tackle to chase him down. I know it was a 40-yard play, but my God, this guy's like 320 pounds.
I think that's what I was like, what are the Giants sideline all excited about? But look at 94. Look at him chase this guy down.
He stepped out of bounds. But still, that's the highlight of the play. Seeing 94.
I mean, that's a great effort by that guy. Who is that?
I don't know, but he could run. Heck, I always appreciate when I can see 300-pound men run faster than
his ass down, and he was like in the middle of the field. Chapman. Yeah, he was going to be in there because of McFadden. Listen, it's preseason, but you know damn well Brian Dable sees that on tape. You know damn well the coaches see that effort.
That was great effort. Keenum takes the snap out of the gun. That's caught down the left sideline as he spins out of a tackle. He picks up 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. Elijah Chapman with the rookie at SMU. Great effort on that play.
That was great effort, is right. That's why the Giants sideline was like pumped up. Either that or they were saying he stepped out of bounds. I think that's what they were doing, but that was a great effort by the big fella.
Plays like that going to help you make a football team.
Yeah, without question.
Play action. Looks like it was a design screen that the Giants blew up. So it'll be 2nd and 10 incomplete.
They did. They definitely blew that up. Keenum just had to get rid of the ball.
And Lord Commander says, guys, I paid $475 for Sunday ticket. At least the NFL could have given us the preseason game for free. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
It is pretty ridiculous.
They have that's still on YouTube, right? The Sunday ticket now?
Mm-hmm.
It is, right? Yeah. 2nd and 10, 8:56 to go here in the third. That's pretty insane. You pay $500. They don't give you the preseason game. And here's Keenum under center from his own 39. Drops back, 5-step drop. He's got time. He double pumps, throws, caught. Nowhere to go. He was able to push forward and actually get 4 or 5. Good effort there by the running back.
I think I got the echo. I'm hearing an echo. But I think I don't hear it. I think with the YouTube thing, it's like, how would they decide which preseason games you get? Because with the NFL Sunday ticket, I'm guessing you get every game.
You should just get every preseason. You should get every preseason game.
You should. Yeah, good point.
You're paying that much money. You should get every game.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it's because they're not like nationally televised, and maybe that's why. Like they're not. I don't really know how the Giants get this coverage. It's a big play for the Giants defense.
Keenum drops back and incomplete. No flag. And the Giants will get off the field. Good coverage, actually.
Pretty good coverage. I mean, if the throw was there, I think it's a completion, but not too bad. He had him. I mean, a good quarterback. Stroud makes that throw, I think.
Yeah, probably. 8:09 to go here in the third. Texans set to punt it away. See if they can pin the Giants deep.
Linden said the game can be streamed on the Giants website. That I didn't know.
McKenzie set to field it. And they'll call for the fair catch at about the 11. Giants will start there.
That was weird.
What?
There was like a beeping sound, and it sounded like it went through the screen first, and then it went on my phone. It's just my security thing. I don't know.
Let's see. NFL Pass has all of them, Ray says. Okay. So I guess there's an NFL app, NFL Pass, where you can watch them. Okay.
The mailman showed up. That's why. My thing, it just blips when somebody's on my property, and I just it sounded like it came through the computer first. Like it was your phone hooked into the thing, and then all of a sudden I got the alert. That was just weird. I don't know what the hell that was.
No. Well, either way, I don't know who that was.
Mail's here. Got bills to pay. Either way.
Yeah, sometimes my phone definitely, I don't know how to disattach that, but yeah, when I get a text message, that wasn't a text, that was something.
No, that was weird. Like when eBay, same thing. Like when eBay, I get an alert from eBay, it's the same. Like any alert gives that little beep.
So we got about another quarter and change, guys, as the Giants try to get to 2-0. We'll see if DeVito can get a good drive together. So I guess Locke is still a little dinged up, even though he's got pads, because you figure he would have came in if he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Unless DeVito's taking over as the number 2.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Good question.
And Brian says, it's funny, I'm out here delivering mail listening to you guys.
There you go. You deliver my mail.
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine people that have a job like that, you probably listen to podcasts all the time, right? To let the day pass by, you stick your
truck driver, same thing.
Yes, truck drivers, yeah. Pirate King, what's going on, man? Guys, do you guys think we realistically have a chance to trade for Josh? No. Dable and company might want to win to avoid being. No, there's no chance. Why? From a Giants, of course the Giants would try to trade for him, but why would the Buffalo Bills ever trade like one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the league? There's no way. It's not happening. It's no chance.
Yep.
And Brady says, I know it's preseason, but damn, I could only pray it won't be another long season. Done with the excuses about DJ, but I'm hoping for the best. Go New York Giants. That's all you could do. Hope for the best.
That's exactly the attitude to have. You just gotta hope for the best.
That's all you could do. Nobody's out here predicting. Well, some people do, but most people aren't out here predicting this team is going to be incredible.
Most teams predict this team to be the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah. Just hoping the team could, hit their ceiling this year, because that's what they were able to do in 2022. That's it. We'll find out.
Well, we'll see what Cutlets and company has.
And here's Cutlets under center. He's going to turn, play action, drops back, throws, and that was a little bit behind the receiver there, Johnson, and it'll be incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that is not who is that? That's not Theo Johnson.
No.
Jackson? Who is that?
No, it wasn't Theo Johnson. It was Johnson, but it wasn't Theo Johnson.
Oh, it is a Johnson.
Yeah.
Do we have a Jackson that's the same number?
Yeah, I think we do.
There's a Tyree Jackson's one of our tight ends, and I thought he wore the same number, but not a good throw by DeVito. It is behind.
Oh, that's Jacob Johnson, the guy we were talking about earlier that somebody asked about. There's a handoff to Gray. Nice cut by Gray, and Gray picks up 14. Good run there by Eric Gray.
He's shown some good elusive moves there, and that one again, just a nice. Listen, man, you guys know I'm a Sooner fan, so you know whenever we get any of my Boomer Sooners. Now I know he came from Tennessee, but whenever you get one of my Sooners, I'm always pumped up, and I like Eric Gray a lot. So he's run well in the preseason. He's run well.
He's looked impressive thus far. Yeah. Giants will break the huddle at the 24. They'll come out in the eye as Johnson's in at the fullback. DeVito takes the snap, play action, drops back, and he's going to throw to Eric Gray. That's at least his 5th catch. They've all been of the short variety, but he's made a lot of catches. 2nd and 6, maybe?
Yep, that was a tough catch, too. It was behind him. He took a hit on top of it. Looked like the fullback was full started, but I guess they didn't call it. But Gray took a shot and still held on to the ball. Yeah, he got about 4.
And Roderick says, I love hog taker residue on my Raleigh Fingers mustache. And Steeler Nation says, how will Russell Wilson look with the Steelers? And handoff, nowhere to go there. They get stuffed.
Somebody missed a block in the hole there.
3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. I mean, I have no idea, Steeler Nation. I thought Russell Wilson was actually going to look decent with the Broncos, being that Sean Payton was there and he didn't. They ended up replacing him. So I knowing the Steelers, though, I think Russell Wilson will play pretty well there. I mean, they always seem to get the most out of their players. I think the Steelers will be a pretty good team this year.
I think that I don't think Dante Miller's playing. They're running Kelly here.
Shotgun formation here for DeVito. Drops back, throws, and they kind of had to just get rid of that because of the pressure. He was trying to throw to Hodgins, and the Giants will have to punt. 5:57 to go here in the 3rd.
Yep.
And JL says, Bear Dog, if you smell burning toast, go to the hospital. You're having a stroke.
Okay. I don't remember ever saying I was smelling burning toast. Right? I said I heard my phone go off before it went off. I think that means I'm having ESP.
Okay. And Mark,
or it just could mean somebody's burning toast or burning bread. Actually,
yeah, that's usually more likely.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in the morning, as the punt is fielded at the 30 down to the 32. There's a flag on the play. Mark says, I'm delivering mail and listening to you. See, we get the whole postal service listening.
We do.
But Mark, good to see you, man. And Sebastian says, I missed the first quarter. How did DJ play? Awful in the first quarter, better in the second. Had a really bad first couple of drives.
Really bad.
So there's a flag. We'll see what the call. 5:49 to go here in the 3rd.
Yeah. Full start. There's an illegal formation.
Mike says Dable said the other day that Locke. Okay, so yeah, so it makes sense. He got dinged up yesterday.
Yeah,
last week rather.
Yep, there he is.
More commercials as we're getting ready for the regular football. Is more commercials than any other sport.
They really do.
Other than baseball,
they got a lot of commercials. Football.
Yeah. That's the great thing about basketball and hockey. It's not
hockey, especially. Like hockey doesn't ever take commercials.
You know what basketball does, though? When I used to stream the Knicks games on here, you realize basketball starts all their games like 20 minutes after they're supposed to.
They do, yeah.
So they get their fair share of commercials in that, because everybody tunes in for the expected tip time. And
yeah. No, I know when they do it too. They always take them under 7 minutes. That's like every quarter. It's an under 7 and an under, I think under 3. They do it. That's the way they usually. Sometimes they'll take an extra one, but that's what it is. Under 7-minute TV timeout, under 3-minute TV timeout. They do it every quarter, it seems.
And Slayer says, did DJ look terrible? I wouldn't use the term. Yeah, no, he did. he looked terrible for the first quarter. Yes, he looked awful.
Yeah, he was.
And then for the second, he looked better. He threw a nice pass to Slayton on a 49-yard catch. But yes, the start of the game, he was really bad. It's nightmare scenario. He threw a pick 6. And it was
a bad pick 6. A bad pick 6.
Yeah, and then a bad interception where he was looking for Hyatt, where he threw it to the
bad throw.
Yeah. So, yes, he looked awful.
No,
he's got better at the end, but he looked awful.
Yeah. You're not going to put that on his highlight tape. We'll just put it that way. Not going to put it on the highlight tape.
Let's see. NHL is they call they do the I think it's under 4 minutes when there's a stoppage of play. They call the commercial timeout in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Freddie says out here 3 guys have already 3 guys have told us that they're all delivering mail.
Hey, I mean, the postal workers, we couldn't do it without them. I mean, true. I'm still old school, man. I don't pay my stuff online. I still send my bills in with a check. That's the way I do it. I still do that. So shout out to the mailman. They got especially in this area. If you're in the Northeast, you deal with some really shit weather. Like in the summer, it can be 95, 98. Like we had that stretch where it was high 90s and massive humidity. You're out there carrying that heavy ass mail bag, or you deal with the sleet and the snow and the rain. It's tough. It's tough up here.
Nice cutback run there by the Texans on first down. They get about 8. It'll bring up second and short. Singletary had 10 carries today for 20 yards. He had 1 or 2 really nice runs, though.
He did. He looked good, man. He ran the ball. He ran it strongly. He definitely finished his runs. And again, the offensive line got a good push. But
there's what a hit that was. That looked like it might have been helmet to helmet. Oh my God.
That was brutal. I mean, he didn't go down, but he got stunned. Who was that laid the lumber there?
You know it hits hard when you move a guy backwards 2 or 3
like 5 yards, and he ran out of bounds. Like he didn't know where he was. Who the hell was that?
As they're talking to Singletary, I want to see a replay of that hit. They give him the first down.
Who the hell was that? Saquon hasn't played, Jared. He's not going to play.
And an injured Giant.
That's not the guy that got. Oh, that's a Giant. Who was the dude that I want to see the replay of that? Is that the guy that made the hit? I don't think so.
It was.
Or was it?
Yeah. Adams.
What happened to him, though?
Might be a shoulder injury because he led with his shoulder.
I looked like they were reaching his leg.
Ryan Jackson says, I'm out here going through people's mail listening to you guys. Well, appreciate you, Ryan. And now because of you, you're keeping those guys employed. So you're committing a felony, and they need to clean up your mess, Ryan.
Right.
I would probably tell you not to do that.
That's a federal offense, messing with people's mail.
But we do appreciate your viewership.
Of course. You know what you do on your own time is your own time. You know.
Let's see. Yeah, it was Matthew Adams. So he's walking off. Not sure exactly what the injury is, but he laid the lumber on that hit.
He did lay that guy out. He definitely did.
Let's go. Ray says, felons welcome. Hey, man, we don't judge here.
Correct.
We don't judge. First and 10 for the Texans from their own 47. Shotgun formation for Keenum.
Just wandering around here. No, another guy's coming off that's the guy that got hit, so they must be checking him for a concussion.
The guy who laid the hit and the guy who got hit both got hurt on that play.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I wonder why it took him so long to get him off the field, though. But he did. He stumbled backwards and fell out of bounds. That was a shot.
Clock says first 10 minutes of Bad Jones' first action in a year is rough. I mean, let's hope that's all it is.
Yeah, let's hope that's all it was is right.
1st and 10, there's a handoff out of the gun, and they get 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Texans.
And another guy limping around.
Thoughts on the Giants picking Daniel Jones over Josh Allen? I mean, I think you know, I'm assuming, Big, that you know that Josh Allen, the quarterback, was not in that same draft, but Josh on the edge, if you saw our draft reaction, I think you know our thoughts.
Yeah, I think our thoughts are by about 10 million people.
Yeah.
Weren't pleased.
4:27 to go here in the third, 2nd and 7. Keenum under center, offset eye from the 50. He'll take the snap.
Fox gets 1st and 7.
And incomplete. Decent coverage there by the Giants, as Johnson may have gotten a hand on it. It'll be 3rd and 7.
All right, Fox changed it. They had 1st and 7 there and 2nd and 7.
And Mike says Brasillo is the best free agent in the last 12 years.
Might be.
Let's hope so, man. But the results will I'll judge it by the results in the regular season, but let's hope so. That would be great.
Yep.
4:15 to go.
Simmons says if felonies kept you off YouTube, Philly 500 would have no. Why? He don't have any felonies, does he?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. That's news to me.
Not that I know of. I mean, he is an Eagles fan, so that's
a felony in itself. Well, nice play there.
So broken up, 4th down. Texans will have to punt.
Yeah, that's one felony anyway.
As far as I'm concerned, that's just as bad as the guy stealing people's mail.
Yeah, worse maybe.
Let's go.
Yep. So the Giants get the ball back here. 4 minutes to go in the third. Texans will try to pin them deep.
And the punt's away. Giants will go for the fair catch at the 13, and they'll set up shop there.
Yeah.
And being an Eagle fan is a crime. It certainly is.
It definitely is. I mean, it's the jersey itself is just
it's disgusting.
An abomination of mankind. It's disgusting. Yeah, this is horrible. That catch by Malik Neighbors was sick.
No, he's awesome. I can't wait to see this guy in the regular season.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a big year. He's just too good not to. Like he's
you
gonna
would think, you would think that he's, there's like I said, we haven't seen that type of talent since Odell Beckham. There's no question that he's a massively talented young man right there.
I formation here for the Giants from their own 13. They'll start there. 4:03 to go here in the third. 5-step drop, thrown. Good catch there on the timing pattern by DeVito as he hits Robinson. They get about 10, and it's either first down or really close.
It's funny to think that a few years ago when we got Galladay, there was a lot of talk about them going out and getting Allen Robinson. And, of course, when we got Isaiah Hodgins a couple of years ago, he looked like he was going to be our number one guy. And you see them, they're now out there with the 2nd and 3rd string guys. And that's how much we've improved our – Allen Robinson would have been better than Kenny Galladay, let's be honest. But, it's just funny to think that those guys are now in the 2nd or 3rd squad.
2nd and 1, Allen Robinson in motion. DeVito under center, and looks like we got a stoppage in play. And Brian Ackerley says, down here in South Jersey, I'm surrounded by Eagles fans, so you're in a prison.
Yeah, that's a rough area down there.
So I feel bad.
That usually is where they are.
Hopefully you get out of jail soon, man. Giants are going to
Giants fan got the hell out of there. He was like, I ain't living in Pennsylvania anymore.
I guess they're challenging the spot.
Okay. The Giants are challenging.
Yeah, Giants.
I think Gable just wants to get that out of the way. It's preseason. Adams is going back. So it wasn't Adams' head. It's just his knee or thigh or something. DeVito's asking Tommy, what's a good Italian restaurant around here tonight?
It's a weird challenge. I mean, it's preseason, whatever, but it's a weird challenge. Part of me almost – is this weird, Bad Dog? Part of me almost would prefer a 2nd and 1 to a 1st and 10. Yeah, because it opens up the possibility of the huge play, right? The play action, they're expecting run. You only need 1 yard. You have 2 plays to get 1 yard.
Especially Chris, at the end of the game when you're trying to run the clock out. I'd much rather have a second.
Well, then, yeah, for sure.
An extra
But
down.
it's a weird challenge. If it was 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4, different
Or
discussion.
if it was 3rd down and you were short.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Get your finger out of your mouth, kid. I don't know what the hell he was doing, man. I don't know what there is a lot of Giants fans down there, man. Let's see what they say.
Appreciate that, Gerald, man. Thanks for
Call
being
reverse, so he won the challenge.
So we do get the first down.
Look at Dave's. New Jersey Hall of Fame. Phil Simms in there.
So Dable wins the challenge. The Giants get a 1st and 10 from the 23, and they're going to come back out with this I formation. So that you're seeing them use a fullback a lot here. Maybe they have a planned role for Johnson as the fullback.
Maybe.
DeVito takes the snap, drops back, 3-step drop, and in and out of the hands. Good coverage of Hodgins.
He had the running back right out there in the open, right underneath. He had the open running back wide open. Yeah, I remember when Joe Judge was a coach. Whenever they would go to an I, we would openly cheer because they never ran an I formation.
Yeah,
I always liked the I formation. Why not have a lead blocker?
It's old school. 49ers run it a ton.
Of course they do. They're successful.
Here's the shotgun formation for DeVito. Play action. Looks right. That's caught. And tackled down at the 27-20. Well, they're one of the few teams that still heavily feature a fullback with Juszczyk.
Yes, yep. And Tommy just sidearmed that one out there to Isaiah Hodgins. A little slider. Again, Tommy's out there throwing the slider today.
Yeah.
He wanted the dirt earlier, but that one was on the corner for a strike.
3rd and 5 that's the 3rd time I think Hodgins has been targeted in the last couple of drives. First catch, I think.
Yeah.
There's a guy that kind of went silent, man. After that 6
or 7. They had big hopes for him last year, and he just wasn't there.
DeVito, 3 wide set, shotgun from his own 28. It'll be a 3rd and 5. Good protection. Looks like that ball was batted, if I'm not mistaken. I think
it was deflected at the line. And the offensive line did a pretty good job of holding up there, but somebody did get their hand up, and it sailed it wide.
Yeah, it looked like it changed the trajectory of the throw. So it'll be 4th and 5. Giants will have to punt. 3:04 to go here in the 3rd. And Cole says this is a playoff team with a good quarterback. Malik's a stud. Shane and Dable are in a sticky spot with the quarterback situation. Hopefully they can get their guy. I mean, they're gonna if the team's not good this year, they're gonna get their guy. They're gonna more than likely draft the quarterback if the team's not good this year.
Yep.
Punts away. Texans will field this at the 15. That's another block in the back. I don't know if they'll call it, but they tackled him down at the 22.
That was a good kick. Let me go. This is the first time I've actually had to pee today, so I'll be right back. That's pretty good. We gotta go almost way to the 4th quarter before I had to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say we usually set the over on you at about 5.
Holding my liquid very well today.
So Bad Dogs only had 1 trip. That's a good start to the season, Giants fans. Bad Dogs only had 1 trip, so that may hopefully brightens your spirits with the inaccuracy of Daniel Jones there in that first quarter. But 2:52 to go here in the 3rd. Texans lead 14-10. Houston will get the football. As Keenum's going to come out in the gun. Empty backfield here from his own 23. Giants crowd the line with 5. They come with it. Drops back. Keenum throws in the double coverage. That was a stupid decision. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. 2:47 to go here in the 3rd. Let's see. DeVito is better than Jones. I mean, hopefully not, because if he is, the Giants are going to suck this year, but it's possible. DeVito was pretty good for the Giants last year, albeit against the weakest part of the schedule when he played, but he played well. Texans will break the huddle. Offset I formation. Giants with a 5-man front.
They fooled me. I thought they were going to commercial.
Play action. They'll set up the screen. They got some lead blockers. He cuts it to the middle. They get 12, 13, and a 1st down.
And they executed that one really well. I thought as soon as they punted, I'm like, I'm going to go to the bathroom because they're going to go to commercial. And then I'm in there and I hear you calling the plays. And I'm like, oh, shit, they never went to a commercial. I could have waited. I mean, I didn't have to go that bad. I could have waited. I just figured it was a good time to go.
It was. It's the preseason.
I know, but I could have definitely made it to the 4th quarter.
And we're going to get to the 4th quarter in about 2 minutes as the Giants trying to get off the field here.
I could have made it.
Bootleg that's caught out in the flat. That's a pickup of 10 and a first down for the Texans.
Now they're moving the ball well here. Working the outside. We're
See
under
if
2
the
minutes
Giants
going.
get some fourth quarter preseason magic like we had last year, I think. We had a couple of fourth quarter preseason wins, right?
The legend of Davis Webb was born
Yeah.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah. What is that tattoo? What is that? What is that, like a volcano? What does he got? Lava coming out of his arm?
He's got a lot of tats, so it's tough to tell.
Yeah, it's one huge tattoo. There's a pitch off the left side as he'll cut it back up the middle. He gets about 2 as the Giants hold strong there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That time they did a better job of sealing the edge. Jordan Riley out there, Trey Hawkins.
At the very least, DeVito should get to play next game with the first team.
I don't think the first team's going to play next week.
That's what I was going to. Maybe the first team plays a driver too, but I don't think the first team. And at that point, if Jones is going to be your starter, you want him to get those reps because you want him to get chemistry with his receiver. So I don't see that happening.
Yeah. I'll be surprised if any starters play that next game against the Jets.
At most, a drive or two. Nothing more than that. But, yeah, more than likely won't play at all. Keenum drops back. That's caught. And that's a pickup of about 5. I think that was Mechie again, right?
Yeah, Mechie's been really, really good here.
So one more play here before the start of the fourth quarter. It'll be a 3rd and 3. Kind of in potential 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think so at this point. There's Dable and his stunt double, Brasillo.
Well, Dable of last year's stunt double.
He can still be a stunt double. I mean, you just need to see his head. I mean, that's really
for flashbacks. If you're doing a movie where you showed a flashback,
right.
Keenum drops back, throws, and that's caught. And they're not going to need the 4th down because they get 5 and a first up to the 42.
How about this is better? That will come in the third quarter. How about Brasillo is Dable's before picture? How about that?
Yeah, that works.
Just before picture, and
yeah, that works.
We'll see after.
So
fourth quarter coming up.
Fourth quarter, guys. One more quarter of preseason football, and then we got one more of these before it really counts.
Yep. We're definitely inching closer to the regular season, without question.
Let's see.
Inching closer.
There's no quarterback situation. I mean, there's not. Samuel Jones is going to be the starter. Could it change in season? Anything could happen, but he's going to be the starter to start the year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thoughts on I didn't see long legs, Raphael. I wanted to, but I heard very mixed reviews on that, but I didn't see it. Let's see. 0 sacks through 3 quarters, Peter says. Well, that's a good thing. Why'd you say shaking my head? Oh, you mean on the defensive side? Aziz pretty much had a sack.
Yeah.
But it was an intentional grounding penalty.
Right. I don't think the Texans got a sack either.
Yeah. So if you want to think positive, we didn't give up a sack. Maybe we gave up 1. I don't think so though. I don't think we
did. I don't think Jones. Jones made the bad play in the end zone, but I don't think Jones got sacked.
Yeah. Let's see. I wish we could have seen more from Drew Lock. Well, he didn't play today because of the injury last week.
Yeah.
I hope we don't see Drew Lock at all this year because that means that Jones is playing well. So I hope we see him at all this
year. You don't want to see, if you're a Giants fan, you don't want to see the backups unless it's because we're up like 35-7 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Let's
see. Who do you think the Giants could trade for that would make a huge – I don't see any major trades by the Giants going into the year. I mean, maybe something will change mid-season, but I don't think so. I think this is what we got.
Yeah.
I
don't think it's the NFL. There's not really a lot of trades in the NFL.
I feel like there's more than there was like years ago, but it typically happens in the offseason, like before free agency. A lot of times you'll see big name wide receivers get flipped, but
like Diggs did this year.
Yeah, quarterbacks sometimes actually more often than in past have been traded, but it very rare does it happen in season unless it's at the deadline.
Right.
And even then it's kind of limited.
Yep.
So here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Keenum with it at the Giants 41, 1st and 10. Takes the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to give. And he's going to get 7. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3. That was Jordan on the carry for Houston.
The Texans have definitely done a good job of getting to the outside late in the 3rd, early in the 4th. It just seems like we don't have enough speed to get to the outside. They pass it out there. They're running it out there.
Boyle in at quarterback, actually, for the Texans.
Yeah.
2nd and 3 is we're on to the 3rd stringers, guys that are competing to make the back end of these rosters.
Yep. As always.
14:24 to go. Boyle has it out of the gun from his 34, from the Giants 34 rather. Throws over the middle. That's caught as he bounces off a tackler. Still on his feet. That's Jordan up to the 23.
Yeah, Texans look like they got some receivers out here that can make some plays.
14:04 to go. The clock continues to tick here.
But yeah, if you want to make the team, like you better do a better job of tackling than that.
Yeah, you got to wrap him up.
Beaver's even shaking his head on that. I mean, you got to wrap him up. Got to wrap him up.
1st and 10 from the 24. Houston breaks the huddle.
We got a 7th round pick or 6th round pick, something. I think we got a 6th for trading Phillips, and Dallas got a 7th in him.
And man, wide open down the sideline up to the 9. That's Mechie again. He's been active. 1st down for the Texans.
Mechie, I mean, looks like he should be starting at this point. He's been wide open every time.
How many catches? He's got what, 6, 7 catches? He's been
a lot of catches. He just ran free off the line of scrimmage there. That was easy.
Space Oddity says, is this O-line going to be a problem again this year? Probably.
Yeah.
I hope not, but I think they will be less of a problem, but it will probably still be a problem.
Yeah.
Here come the Texans at the 9. 2 wide. They're going to turn. They're going to pitch. Jordan tries to turn the corner, and he's able to dive forward for about 3. It'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 6.
Yeah, he just submarined his way out there for 3 yards. Again, the Texans really working the outside. It just doesn't look like the Giants have the team speed to get out there on a run or a pass. You know, just Dable's thinking about dinner.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
Yeah, that's what he's talking to DeVito about. A couple of guys looking for some oxygen there.
2nd and goal here at the 6. 3 wide, man in motion. Takes the snap. Boyle turns, hands, cuts back up the middle, and they're going to go in for 6. And the Texans take a 2-score lead.
Yeah, that was a good run. Nice cutback, finished the run, punched it into the end zone.
21-10. It's time for the Italian Stallion to do some damage.
It is. It is.
This is just the motions now of preseason football. You're like,
yeah. Right, because it's just not.
Yeah, you're excited to see the starters, which we saw.
Yep.
And now it's like,
now it's like, because it really don't matter. Like at this point.
I mean, I guess maybe the back end guys you're interested to see who may make the team, but snap, hold, kick is good. 21-10 Texans.
Right. You're looking for like a big play. We saw Chapman chase down the running back from 30 yards away.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. You look for some flashes from somebody. I mean, you're just looking for a player to kind of stand out at this point. Nobody stood out in the Giants defense in that drive.
No.
Yeah.
And Tony says, I believe in DJ. I think this is going to be his year. Tony, I pray you're right, man.
Yeah. He didn't look good. He didn't look good in that first drive. The first quarter, he did not look good at all.
I pray you're right, man.
He did not.
And Dr. Benton says, can you start tanking in preseason? I mean, usually the teams that don't do good in the preseason usually do well in the regular season. It seems to be the way it goes.
I think be the pattern.
The Patriots, the Ravens always win in the regular season and the preseason. Didn't they win like 20 preseason games in a row?
It was something crazy like that.
And then they finally lost by like a less than a field goal or something.
Yeah.
Like that, right?
Yeah. It was something crazy like that.
So they always do well in the preseason. But the Patriots, the year they went undefeated, I'm pretty sure did not win a preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
Or the 18-1, I should say.
Yep.
Let's see. Why is it so hard for DJ Truders to accept that he isn't good? I mean, I think it's more so hope that he becomes good. He's the quarterback. So, I mean, some fans, I guess, think he's still good, but I think most people think he is
I
what he
think we
is.
know what he is. I think we know what he is at this point.
Yeah.
Here's hopefully he's more good than bad. But I mean,
Yeah.
he's both. He's Jekyll and Hyde.
He's never going to be a great quarterback. I think most people are at that point,
We hope that he can be above average. You hope that the greater plays outweigh the lesser plays because he gives you both. You know that there's really good passes from Daniel Jones, and there's plays like that pick six. I mean, it really depends on which Jones you're getting. You just don't know. He's the girl with the curl, man. This is what he is. There's Carl Banks.
And I just want to watch good quarterback play in New York. Is that such a crazy ask? No, but it's not easy. I think we said it when we used to do these streams at the beginning. A lot of people are going to take Eli they take Eli for granted because people just think you snap your fingers, you get another great quarterback. It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
It's not easy. It's why quarterbacks get paid as much as they do. It's a hard position to master.
I know when Chris and I first started doing this, our guy, and he didn't come out in the draft that year, but we talked about Justin Herbert. Like that was the guy we thought we were going to get. So to replace Eli Manning, and obviously he stayed in college another year, and we ended up with Daniel Jones, and the rest is history.
Good return there by McKenzie as he gets up to the 34. We'll see if the Giants can get a score here on this drive. They need it.
Yep. They added Sims to the booth this year. I mean, seeing Sims and Banks, so you're going back to my childhood there, because I remember both of those guys very well. So
yeah, they've had Sims in the booth a couple of times now this preseason.
This preseason, yeah, he was there week 1 too. When I was like, they added him because normally it was just Papa and Banks. Did they do Banks' birthday? Did they do Banks' birthday yet? Or is it the last week of the season? Because I remember they dropped his cake the one year.
I don't remember. That could be a flag. DeVito actually slid, but no flag thrown. I think he got back to the line.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10.
DeVito had nowhere to go with the ball. Pump faked, and then he slides in the pocket. Jones is freaking going head first out there into a safety.
2nd and 8 for DeVito. They gave him 2 on the run, actually, as he throws over the middle to Stoll, the tight end. He gets about 5. That'll bring up 3rd and short here. 11:31 to go here in the 4th.
Stoll made a couple of catches last week. 3rd down. Let's see if the Giants get a 1st down here. They haven't run the ball much here.
No, they're not. Giants come to the line. We'll see if they run here. It's a low snap, and they are going to try to run it, and they're going to tumble forward, and they get 3. They get the 1st down.
That was Kelly, the running back. Yeah, I don't think you were going to see Dante Miller. I think he might have had a little tweaked something. Obviously, Tyrone Tracy was carted off, so we didn't expect him today. But I don't know if the deal is with Miller. What's that?
Shotgun for DeVito. 3 wide set. Takes the snap, drops back. They're going to check it. And he bobbled it, but he was able to bring it in. He gets 2, maybe 3.
It's a hell of a concentration there by Kelly to come out of the back. Looked like he was going to drop it, recovered, got it, and got positive yards.
And Ronald says, Jones was stunted in the most crucial part of his development. He's a slow processor behind mostly bad lines. We screwed him, but we might move on. Well, but 2 things could be true.
They didn't do him any favors.
Yeah. 2nd and 7.
Jones and Lawrence and those guys from 19 are longest tenure Giants just tells you how much turnover they've had.
Oof. Hodgins takes a shot there, but he's able to spin forward and pick up the 1st down. He gets 8.
Tough run by Hodgins. But yeah, going back to that, they're showing the guys, Dexter Lawrence, Daniel Jones, and Darius Slayton are the longest tenure Giants. So that just tells you how much turnover they've had with the roster. It's insane.
Yeah, what you expect with a new GM. But DeVito throws out, and that I thought it was going to be picked off as it goes in and out of the hands of the running back.
That wasn't going to be DeVito's fault. If
that not his fault. No.
I mean, you can't really put the ball in a much better place. And that's the guy they just brought in. Lingard is the guy they just brought in here. So
he won't be making this.
No, that's a surefire way to have the coach say, okay, here, we're going to let you go, buddy.
Shotgun for DeVito. 3 wide, 2 to the left. Takes the snap. Texans come with an all-out blitz. DeVito's able to get rid of it. That's caught. Nice stiff arm. Still on his feet to the 30, to the 25. And they rip the ball out of his hands. And the Texans are going to run it back the other way for another 15 yards. So now the Texans have the ball.
You got to protect the ball. I mean, there's just no question about that. They did. They just ripped it away from them.
That can't happen.
No, that can't happen. You cannot allow that to happen at all. He just relaxed. He was looking at the guy in front and didn't see the guy behind. Maybe the guy behind actually like poked it out of there.
I think you ripped it out. I mean, you might be right.
I think the guy behind poked it out. He was looking at the guy in the front. When he poked it out, it went right into 32's hands.
Yeah.
I think he got poked out from behind.
I think you're right. And Capta says, at this point, I'll take Eli back over Daniel. Well, maybe not Eli at this age, but yes, Eli's the greatest quarterback in Giants history.
True. Yeah, maybe not Eli at 44.
Yeah. And Alien
I don't think Eli's looking to come back to the Giants in that aspect anytime soon.
And man in motion here for the Texans as they now have the ball with under 10 minutes to go in the fourth, up 11. They're going to heave it down the field. Boyle, that's a bit underthrown. No pass interference call there.
There wasn't pass interference there. Looked like it was, but again, it's preseason, so they're like, yeah, we don't need to call that.
Yeah, you got to at least turn your head if you're deep. Oh, I guess he started to, but still, yeah, that's pass interference.
That in a regular season, if that's a superstar, you're probably getting if that's AJ Brown and you do that to him, it's a flag.
Yeah. And Alien says, what's up, guys? What's your record prediction for the season for week 18? The 9-7 Giants going to Philly, beat the Eagles, 10-6, and the Giants win the East at 10-7. I pray you're right. I'm in that 8 or 9 win range personally. I don't think they're going to be as bad as some say, like 5 wins. I think they'll be better than that. But 10 wins is probably like the ceiling if everything breaks right. I'm probably around 8, and I'm hoping for 9. I'm around 8.
Yeah.
So here we go. And Slick Rick says Jones will be fine. Coach is calling plays. I'm just worried about how he will be under pressure in our secondary, how good they will be. Well, those should be mega worries for you. Jones has, I mean, most quarterbacks aren't good under pressure, but obviously,
really
Jones has not been good under pressure. And obviously the secondary is the biggest question mark on the defensive side. It's not even close.
Yep.
And the Giants jump off sides.
I would say so.
Looked like the full defense.
Yeah, you're not getting away with that one. Oh, the false start.
Oh, full start.
Right, well,
the whole defense jumped off sides.
Yep.
8:53 to go here in the fourth, so they get hit with a full start. Actually, from the side, you really do. I actually thought that was Dable real quick.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's his evil. That's his stunt double, or the before picture and the before and after. I'm telling you, they look similar.
But yeah, I mean, Slick, I'm like I said at the strip, I'm not going to go crazy with Daniel Jones throwing picks in preseason. It's preseason. We'll see what happens in the regular season. But obviously, I understand why fans are nervous as the Texans pick up
the second tackle. Beavers just totally whiffed on, dude. You got to make that tackle. And you got to make this tackle.
Oh, and
Ronald, you got to make that. You got to make that tackle if you're Darian Beavers.
Ronald says Jones is just good enough to win if you mask his weaknesses. Shane knows the roster build is bigger than the quarterback, but not unaware we need an upgrade. Well, he clearly knows we need an upgrade. He tried to trade up in the draft for a quarterback.
Right.
He clearly knows we need an upgrade. It's just a matter of, is the upgrade, does he get the opportunity to do it? And he didn't have the opportunity this year.
Right. He really hasn't had the opportunity since he's been here, because the year they took over, the quarterback class was awful. Awful. When we had 2 top 10 picks, it was terrible. Kenny Pickett was the only guy to go in the first round, and he was immediately jettisoned by the Steelers. Now he's a backup in Philadelphia, and the rest of them suck. So they didn't have a chance. And then the Giants picked 25th the year after that. Who are they going to get?
Yeah.
So they couldn't get a quarterback that year, and then Jones signed the contract. And this year, they just weren't in the top 3. And thank God they didn't reach for J.J. McCarthy, who's now out for the year. Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine the Giants drafted McCarthy and that happened, and there's no Malik Neighbors and there's nothing?
What was the
quarterback?
What did he tear again? He tore something, right?
His knee. Yeah, he's out for the year.
Yeah, I know he's out for the year. I just forgot what the injury was.
Yep.
But yeah, obviously that would have been chaos.
that would not have went over well. So
yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Eli Manning threw 366 touchdowns, 254. 200, by far the worst touchdown to interception ratio of any Hall of Fame quarterback by far.
You're an idiot.
Well, yeah, Joe, I'm not going to call you an idiot, but that's not true. Joe Namath threw more interceptions than touchdowns. He's in the Hall of Fame. So that's
an idiotic statement. Just trying to hate on Eli Manning.
But yeah, Joe Namath threw more picks than touchdowns. Mets, what's going on, man? To paraphrase awful coaching with regards to this defense today, we live in North Korea. What the fuck? What? Mets. I like Mets, but sometimes he is off his rocker. What is? Did he just compare bad coaching in the NFL to life of a dictatorship?
It's getting to that point. It's getting to that point in the stream, obviously. Yeah.
Oh my God, man. It was a complete meniscus. Yeah. I think that's also not true, Joe. He says not one NFL quarterback has led the league in interceptions more than one. Maybe I'm wrong on this. I think Brett Favre did at least 2, if not 3 times.
Yeah.
There's a pitch off the right side. They get 2.
That I don't know, but there's a number of quarterbacks that have a worse interception percentage. Like Troy Aikman does. Troy Aikman threw 161 or 165 touchdowns and 141 picks. That's worse than Eli's.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure.
Namath threw 173 touchdowns and 220 interceptions.
I'm pretty sure Favre led the league in picks at least twice. I'm gonna confirm that.
I don't know, but the ratio
twice, 3 times. 3 times he did it.
There you go.
3 times he led the league in picks. Brett Favre. 2nd and 8. Texans have it. They're going to turn. They're going to pitch off the left edge, and the Giants are going to hit him for a big loss there. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
Yeah.
Usually when you throw a lot of picks over the course of your career, it means you're pretty good.
Right, exactly. Because you've been in the league a long time. Exactly.
Yeah, they left you in despite all the picks.
And this dumbass says, only an idiot believes Manning deserved that 2nd MVP when everybody knows the defense won the Super Bowl. You know, their defense is ranked at the bottom of the league, and you win the MVP based on the regular season.
Oh, my God. He dropped it. Maybe it's a fumble. I'm not sure. Incomplete.
You do realize that, right? The MVP is based on regular season performance, not the Super Bowl. Only an idiot believes Eli Manning deserved that 2nd MVP when everybody knows the defense won that Super Bowl, clown. Well, the MVP is decided at the end of the regular season. The postseason has nothing to do with it.
I think
and the Giants had one of the worst defenses in the league that year.
I think he's talking
Learn your stuff, bro. If you're going to sit here and criticize us, learn your shit. Learn something. Just sit back and learn something.
I could be wrong, and I didn't read the comment, but I think he's talking about the Super Bowl MVP because Eli didn't win the regular season MVP. But either way, even if you're talking about the Super Bowl MVP, the defense didn't make the throw to Manningham. The defense didn't escape the sack on the play to Tyree. So at the end of the day, the quarterback generally wins the Super Bowl MVP unless they don't have a good performance. If you have a good performance, you're probably going to win the MVP. And Eli made the biggest plays in those games to win the football game. So that's just the
Giants fans hating on Eli Manning it's just wild to me, bro. It's just that's wild. Daniel Jones, whatever. I get that, but it's just wild to me that a Giants fan would actually just hate on Eli Manning, or like diminish his accomplishments. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer. Right? Anybody that says otherwise, I will debate them till the end. He's a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about it.
No.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand if you're a Giants fan trying to make a case against him for getting in the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer.
And
the guy was top 10 in every major passing category when he left the NFL. He won 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Only a handful of quarterbacks have done that. And every one of them that's done that's in the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer.
And you look at a lot of Hall of Famers. There's a lot of players. Not that I'm saying that there's so many arguments that you could point to why he belongs in the Hall of Fame. The 2 Super Bowls, the 2 Super Bowl MVPs, knocking off the undefeated Patriots. There are so many players that are in the Hall of Fame, at least a large reason as to making famous plays. Lynn Swann was a great receiver, but a big reason why he's in is some of the incredible plays he made in those Super Bowls. Eli Manning has arguably the greatest throw in the history of the NFL. When you factor in the Super Bowl, when it took place, and arguably was part of maybe the greatest play in the history of the NFL, the Tyreek catch. So, and 2 game-winning drives in the playoffs. I mean, it's not even a debate. And
Chris, you mentioned 2011. No quarterback's ever thrown for more yards in a playoff run than Eli did in 2011.
No quarterback.
I mean, like I said, just a Giant. I understand Cowboys fans. I get that they're supposed to hate the Giants, but a Giants fan like making a case against Eli going to the Hall of Fame it's wild to me, especially when their facts are completely inaccurate.
Yeah. And Murdoch says Eli Manning 12th all-time in game-winning drives, also 5 in the playoffs, including both NFC Championship games and both Super Bowls. And Murdoch, I think I could be wrong. I think Flacco ended up breaking it, but at one point, Eli Manning had the most, I think, road wins in NFL playoff history. I think I could be wrong on that. I think he had the most road wins by a quarterback in NFL playoff history at one point.
Well, both of those runs, they had 1 home win. That was against the Falcons.
Yeah.
So I think he had, I mean, if you count the Super Bowl as a road game, I guess technically is, you're not home. So he'd have 7 of them.
Because Brady never played on the road, generally speaking, in the playoffs. He was usually at home. Here's DeVito out of the gun. He's going to turn. He's going to hand on the draw. And that's a pickup of 8, maybe 9. I think Flacco broke it, though. I think.
Yep. Oh, no. There is no Dante Miller today.
2nd and 1, 6:35 to go here in the 4th.
Yep.
It's very hard to win road playoff games.
It is.
Yeah.
But Eli beat the Packers twice. Eli beat Aaron Rodgers in the pack. He beat both of those Packers teams were like the number 1 seed, and he beat them twice.
DeVito was looking for Bryce Ford Wheaton there. Could have been a pass interference, but they don't call that in preseason. Incomplete, 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Oh, there's definitely Joe.
There's going to be pushback. I mean, I'm not saying that there's going to be no pushback. I get it. He's only at 500. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why you're bringing up.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. There will be pushback.
I don't either, because it is sports writers that do this stuff.
And
I don't disagree with that at all.
And I actually disagree with people when they say he's going to get in because he's a Manning. I actually think there's going to be dispute because he's a Manning. I think if his name was Eli Johnson and he had 2 Super Bowls, it wouldn't even be a debate. He'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Giants just fumble again?
Giants fumble the ball, and Texas will have it, 21-10.
Yeah, I'm definitely not arguing that fact. There's no question there'll be pushback on Eli. I definitely do not. And there is definitely an anti-New York bias when it comes to voting guys to win.
Oh, they gave the ball back to the Giants.
Oh, first,
yeah.
Must have been
yeah, he must have been down. And Bob says, I say Phil Simms is the greatest. I mean, listen, Bob, to be fair.
I'm guessing.
To be fair, Bad Dog would be better to speak on that than me. I didn't get to watch Phil Simms. Then at the very tail end I did, but not in his heyday. Second half of his career, winning record, playoff appearances, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl rings. Eli regressed.
Oh, I can't think of a better quarterback than Phil. I mean, I'm old, but I don't remember Y.A. Tittle, and I don't remember Fran Tarkenton, but Tarkenton was only here for a few years.
That's a fumble. He wasn't down.
No, they're challenging it, and they're going to win it.
Oh yeah. I was going to say maybe they say he initially recovered it, but he didn't.
But yeah, I got to agree because after Simms, it was.
Well, he's saying Phil Simms is better than Eli. He's saying Phil Simms is the greatest quarterback in Giants history.
Oh, I misread that. I just saw a second, and no, I wouldn't say he's better than Eli.
Yeah,
I don't think Eli regressed because the team regressed.
Here's the argument I would make, and again, I'm biased because Eli's my favorite Giant of all time. That was my era. I didn't get to watch Phil. Here's the argument I would make. Eli Manning carried in the regular season. In the postseason, you could certainly make an argument that it was a collective effort. The defense definitely woke up in the postseason. They held the Falcons to like 2 points, I think it was, in that first playoff game. They were great defensively against Aaron Rodgers, despite the fact that Eli did throw for the most yards in the history of a single playoff. It was a team effort, for sure. Eli Manning, in that regular season, carried that football team, carried them to the playoffs. Phil Simms never was asked to carry the Giants. They had one of the greatest defenses in the history of football. So that would be my argument. I think Eli was more important, especially in that second Super Bowl, than Phil Simms was for either one of his.
Yeah. I mean, Phil Simms in 86, even, he threw more interceptions than touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I mean, Simms was great. I just don't think Simms was as good as Eli Manning.
Play action that's caught. So they did award the ball to the Texans. They did call it a fumble. So Houston has it now at the 21. It'll be second.
Was definitely a second best, I think. But Eli was just, I mean, Eli, before the line fell apart and we just became a really bad football. And the line is still a problem here. I mean, Eli left and the Giants are still struggling. Phil Simms had pretty good teams around him. The game was different. They weren't asking Simms to throw the ball. He did throw for 4,000 yards in 84. That was rare back then.
Handoff, nowhere to go there. Stuffed. It'll be 3rd and 4.
And Simms didn't have great wide receivers either. I mean, Lionel Manuel was not a great. Bobby Johnson was not. Stacy Robinson was like, he didn't have great. Odessa Turner, like those guys.
His best was his tight end was his best receiver.
Bavaro, right? Yeah. And they had a good running game with Joe Morris, without question. But I mean, maybe Stephen Baker or Mark Ingram were like the best wide receivers Simms had to throw to. But the game was different. But again, if you're going to say Eli regressed in the second half of his career, Simms was not good the first half of his career and dealt with a lot of injuries, got benched for Scott Bruner. Like Eli struggled his
rookie year, but he quickly became at least
in his second year. He was 5th in the league in touchdown passes, right? So,
Christian Bad
I love Phil. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think Phil Simms is a Hall of Famer, honestly.
If he wins, if he doesn't get hurt and he's the starting quarterback for that second Super Bowl, he's probably in. Yeah. Christian Bad Dog's intern says, don't forget he's usually one of those durable quarterbacks. Well, yeah, Favre would be the most, but yeah, he'd be second most.
Yeah.
And there's a handoff, nowhere to go. Brooks is stuffed, 2nd and 10. Cole Gordon says, Tana, will you be making your roster? Yeah, we'll see. I'll probably just do a live stream when the roster goes down. We'll probably just go live and talk about it. I don't think I'll do it because, to be fair, I haven't been keeping track of it as much as I used to in the offseason. So I'll probably wait, and when the roster comes out, we'll just do a live stream and talk about it. 2nd and 9, 3:56 to go here in the 4th. Houston has it at the Giants 15. 3 wide, 2 to the left. Man in motion, left to right. They'll take the snap. They're going to turn. They're going to give. They pop it to the outside to the 10, and they're going to go in. Houston goes up 27-10. So the Giants are going to drop to 1-1 this preseason.
Yep.
It is what it is. Just glad that outside of McFadden, we didn't have any, real serious injuries.
I just read somebody said, "Did you see what Caleb Williams is doing today?" I'm jealous. I didn't, but I'm looking at.
It's preseason, but I'm sure.
I don't see anything special.
I think Caleb's going to do very well for the Bears.
I do too, but I love Caleb. You know that 6 for 13, 75 yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. Like I don't. Maybe they were being facetious.
They got a good cast there, and he's very talented.
But right? I expect Caleb to have a really good year.
Yeah. Snap, hold, kick is good. 28-10.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one. The Bears, I mean, they kind of lucked into it a bit because there's no way they could have predicted they were going to get the first pick. But that's one scenario where they certainly set their quarterback up for early success. And he's very talented. So, yes, I think he'll do well. Toasty says, go watch the Dallas game from 11 and tell me Eli wasn't the reason they won. I get JPP blocked the kick, but, dude, they were down. What were the Giants down in that game? Like, they were down, I think it was 2 scores for sure with 5 minutes left. And Eli Manning drove him down the field twice in that game to win that game. Yeah, Eli was great that year.
Yeah, Eli was. Eli threw 15 fourth-quarter touchdowns that year.
Yeah, he was money, man.
He was money. He was without question.
3:43 to go here in the 4th as we're winding down our second preseason game.
Yep. And Jets and Giants next Saturday. They play at night. They play at 7:30.
Okay. Okay. And then we get what? We get a week break, right? Before the regular season?
Off, and then September 8th, 1 o'clock. Insane.
Giants,
insanity begin.
You know, if I'm not, I have to look at the stats, but I'm pretty sure under Flores last year, the Vikings blitzed almost as much as we did. So you're going to get a blitz-heavy defense there with Minnesota. And we'll see how Dable combats that offensively.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see,
Let's take a look. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. I know they blitzed a lot last year. I remember early in the year I think they were tops in the league.
Yeah.
So I expect them to be very aggressive on defense.
Yeah.
3:43 to go here in the fourth. DeVito coming out in the gun, man in motion. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field. Ray Childress is saying Fran well, to be fair, I didn't.
That's what I said. And Tarkenton was only here for a few years. I'm pretty sure he was here from like 67 to 72. And I was too young for Fran. He went back to the Vikings in 73.
Oh, they didn't blitz as much as I thought last year.
Oh, Caleb had one of those throws that doesn't surprise me at all. That Caleb had a great throw. Just when I read the comment, I thought I knew he had a really good throw. I saw the throw on Twitter earlier. Nice catch.
Incomplete pass out in the flat. It'll be second.
This guy's really struggled today. These two running backs are not Tyrone Tracy and Dante Miller. I can tell you that.
Tommy says Caleb had one of those wow throws today. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought, though, I saw the throw. I saw the throw on Twitter, but I thought when somebody said I thought he had like a really good day on top of it.
Dude, there's few quarterbacks that when you see them, you're like, they have Mahomes-like talent. And he's one of them. Caleb is ridiculously talented.
Yes, he is. He is indeed.
So there's a reason that the Bears didn't even consider bringing back Justin Fields or trading down.
Yep.
And let's see. Kolb says, can I get I think that's more so for you. A boom shakalaka for my birthday, please.
Absolutely. Let me bring this thing up. Hold on a second. Here we go. Kolb, happy birthday, bro, with a little two-handed boom shakalaka. Let's go.
Thank you for being here, Kolb. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Let's see. I like Justin Fields. We'll see. It looks like he's going to be the backup this year, but maybe
maybe they meant for the Giants.
Yeah.
There's all that talk about that. Listen, if Jones stinks and they're not able to get a coach, that's something
Yeah, that's a possibility. As he hits Stoll out the flat, that's caught.
Stoll's all right.
Yeah, he gets a 9 there. They may go like the Seahawks route where they go with that veteran, like they did with Geno Smith when they picked him up and he was successful. It's possible.
Yes. Yeah,
Jones.
Somebody said holy guns, but yeah, you can't tell by the light shining right on my face and our shirt. But yeah, there's some guns under here. We are all right. We're all right. Bam! Let's go.
3rd and 1 for DeVito from his own 39. He's going to turn. He's going to give, and the Giants pick up the first down. 2:55.
Hey, look at us getting a first down. That might be our first down of the second half.
Feels that way.
Seems that way. It's been bad.
Really non-existent offense since only the second quarter. That was it. That was our only success offensively.
Yeah, it was a lackluster performance offensively today.
And shotgun formation here for the Giants. They take the snap from their own 43. DeVito throws one up, and I don't know where he was throwing that one. 2nd and 10, incomplete.
I got it.
Must have been some miscommunication. Maybe it was a combo route, and he thought he was running a different route because that was nowhere near anybody. Now, let's see. I got a stud, exciting ass quarter. I think you're a Washington fan. That's going to be a problem. Can you say the same Giants fan? Let's see. You know how many people have said that about quarterbacks drafted? I'm not saying.
Didn't I hear this about Sam Howell? Didn't I hear this about Dwayne Haskins? One thing remains the same. The Giants own your ass, okay? Eagles fans can talk shit to us. They beat us. Dallas fans beat us. You don't. Not only do you not win games, you don't beat the Giants. Daniel Jones.
If Daniel Jones played the Commanders every week, he'd be
a Hall of Famer. They have beaten Daniel Jones once, and that's because Dexter Lawrence jumped off sides and he missed a field goal. Otherwise, Daniel Jones would have a perfect record against you. You can't beat the Giants. You can't beat Daniel Jones. You can't win a playoff game. You haven't been relevant in 35 years. Stop talking. Enough talk. Do something over there. Do something.
Giants fumble the ball, so that should do it. Well, maybe not. Maybe they'll try to score a touchdown, but
do something. Washington fans can't ever talk. I talked about this last night. I said I have something on every fan, like every team in this division that I can talk trash about, every one of them. I said, but Cowboys and Eagles fans can give us a little something back. Commander fans have no business talking ever. Because
and maybe I'll be proven wrong. I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be a great NFL quarterback, but we'll see.
He might be, might not be. And listen, Washington's due to beat us once, but until they do, you got nothing, man.
There's a
one division with a 7-9 record. Come on, man.
Pickup of a yard for Brooks. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Don't be. If you're a Commander fan, the last thing you should be doing is talking shit about any team, especially one that just owns you. Like no team in NFL history has owned another team before. And that's
you're the only team that every time the Giants open up their schedule, even the most negative Giants fans, when they're trying to pick the win-loss, you're the only team that's ever on our schedule that we have you in for a W. And we will continue to do that. So,
right.
So we're not worried about Washington. We're worried about
Washington. Not worried about Washington. Maybe, listen, I got no problem with Jay Daniels. I'm like, I don't know what Jay Daniels is going to be. He's very dynamic. He's very athletic. He's a tall kid. He's slender, which worries me in the NFL. He's a big target when he runs. He definitely can run. I looked at it, and our coach loved him. So I'll take Brian Daboll's word for that. He knows better than me. But when I watched him at LSU, he underthrew a lot of passes. At least it seemed that way to me. Like just looking at his highlight tape, it's a lot of underthrown passes. And he was throwing to Malik Neighbors. He had a couple really good receivers at LSU. And you're not playing – I mean, the SEC is tough, but you're not playing against 11 NFL-level defensive players, maybe 3 or 4 when you play Alabama or Georgia, but we'll see how he does. I think he's got talent, but, people thought
there's a lot of quarterbacks who have talent that don't succeed.
And they succeed there.
Let's see it first.
Right. Let's see him play an NFL, a real NFL down.
I'm not saying he can't be. I just, it's far from a given.
Yeah. It ain't right. Nothing's given. Nothing's given.
History says it's more likely than not he will not be good.
Especially in Washington.
That's just the reality of the situation at the quarterback.
I usually don't have to layeth the smacketh down on a Washington fan because normally they don't say much. But when they do, it's like, nah, you got to pipe down. Like if I can talk, if I can talk shit to any fan base, it's them. Like if I can initiate, like if I don't have to be on the defensive when it comes to trash talk, it's definitely them. I can be on the offensive end of the trash talk when it goes against Washington. Who I'm glad you guys finally have a name now. We know that you didn't have a name for a couple of years. You were just a football team, and now you're the Commanders. I mean, you should have come up with something better than that. It was just bad. That's not a good name either. But
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the Eagles, Rich. I don't know if Barkley played this preseason. Probably not. If he did, I'm sure it was minimal.
Yeah.
There's Brady. He's about to. I guess he's
joined Fox. Yeah. Okay. Took a shot at Daniel Jones the other day.
Did he? I missed that. But I saw
that's why I tweeted out. I'm like, I think that Brady should induct Eli Manning because obviously Brady's going to be coping with that loss for the rest of
What did he say about Daniel Jones?
I forgot what it was.
I heard about it, but I didn't hear what he said.
I kind of had it in the background. I'm like, why would you take advantage?
And here come the Texans here at the Giants 34, 2nd and 9. They'll take the snap. They're going to turn. They're going to give. And they get back to the line. Nothing more. 3rd and 9.
Yeah. So, yeah. There's Daboll running down the time here. This is probably the Well, it won't be the last play of the game, but maybe it will. I'm sure Dable's just going to take a knee at this point.
Yeah. Houston, at this point, just take the knee and get out of there without any more injuries. But looks like Houston's going to at least run a play. 3rd and 9, minute 20. Well, I guess
they'll try to end it here, I guess.
They're going to let this go all the way down, and then they'll call a run play.
Yeah.
And instead, they'll call a bootleg. Looking, Boyle throws. That's caught, and he's knocked out of bounds. Minute 09. The clock's going to continue to tick.
Yeah, they called him inbound, so it's going to be the end of it. Meanwhile, Jones struggling against the Texans. Stop, bro. Co-parter.
We don't care.
You talk shit about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has kicked your ass. Daniel Jones is 5-1-1 against you guys. What are you talking about? How bad is your franchise when you're sitting there talking about Daniel Jones is that bad? He's throwing interceptions in preseason, and you can't beat him ever.
And the Texans are going to knee it, and we're going to be out of here.
And didn't our third-string quarterback shred the shit out of you guys last year? On top of it, you can't beat Tommy DeVito. You can't beat Tyrod Taylor. You can't beat Daniel Jones. You can't beat anybody. It's just a fact. Drew Lock could go out there. He'd tear you a new one. Don't matter.
What's going on, Bruce? Man, thanks for popping in. But yeah, we're going to close this out because it's preseason. There's not a whole lot to talk about at the end of a preseason game outside of the fact that, Neighbors. I guess you're excited about Neighbors. The line looked good. Jones looked bad. So hopefully things look brighter when the season starts, when we actually get to see this team start to open up the playbook, and we'll get the real test week 1 against the Minnesota Vikings. But Giants drop at 28-10. They go to 1-1, and we get ready for the New York Jets next week.
Correct. The Jets probably see it again. I don't think we'll see any starters. Who knows? But we'll look at a lot of the guys that are going to, hopefully Tyrone Tracy's back. Dante Miller's back. We'll see some of those guys next week. And again, you're going to get a lot of guys that are fighting to make the squad. So we'll see how it goes.
Appreciate all you guys. And Rich says motor better than Snakewan.
I hope so.
He looked good today. The stats may not suggest it, but he looked good today. But Bad Dog closed it out, man.
Yep. So, guys, thank you for spending a Saturday afternoon with us. And, we will see you for Talking Giants. Got 2 shows coming up next week, so looking forward to that. For the Entertainment Talking Sports, it's Bad Thing It Does. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. We gone. Peace.
Have a good night, guys.